festival, so we stayed
Fish and chip festival.
Fish and chip festival in Italy,
my God, that is
in the football ground.
That is heaven.
Phenomenal. Run by community.
Why is it
Beautiful,
there?
isn't it?
To celebrate the link between Italy and the UK. And we didn't know about it.
Right? Oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds pretty special. Did they have all sorts of different fish though?
No.
That's why-
No.
no, just
It was the simplest thing you've ever seen.
Surely a fish
It was like a community festival. Like it was just Bavarian tables everywhere. A community, like communal kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
All the kids were like doing the front of house stuff.
Yeah,
like
so they were delivering on
kids that
trays.
belong to the people that
all
put the festival
T-shirt
on.
branded up. All the kids of the families would deliver all the food.
I had no idea that we got fish and chips outside of the UK. I thought
Well,
it was
mate,
one of
part
those
of
things.
that,
Oh, no. Some of the best fish and chips I've ever had, and this is going to be sacrilege because they weren't in the UK, they were in Canada, Ontario, and they had a big double-decker red bus, so it was very much like British fish and chips, but they were doing all sorts of different fish, but battered salmon, battered like rainbow trout,
really? Battered
all
salmon?
sorts of different fish caught from the local area, and it was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
I remember you saying about that.
It was just
when you were in Canada.
immense, but you got loads of little mini steaks of fish,
Yeah.
all done like good chips as well.
Salt and vinegar,
Oh yeah.
mushy peas.
Oh, I
You've
don't
got
do
your
mushy
lean
peas.
straight into the podcast
Not
questions
mushy
there,
peas.
Sam, aren't you?
Hey.
Have a great
Sorry, come on, straight to the menu.
This is supposed to be the last of the questions of the podcast, isn't it?
was.
So yeah.
But anyway, it was quite a funny trip because like we stayed in the Faulty Towers, but you couldn't find a place like it.
It was bizarre.
Where the fridges aren't fridges.
Well, where
when I
the shower
ate
was like a trickle, you had to find the water. Do you know what I mean? You had to like go to it. It didn't come to you. So it was quite funny, wasn't
And I
it?
sat down and ate a whole mozzarella ball because I thought it was a boiled egg.
First day, we went, there's these eggs. And he full one
But
in
you're
his mouth.
halfway
It was
in.
his
You just
mozzarella
kind
ball.
of
You can't put it back.
Once you've
I was
popped
like-
it in and committed,
It was-
Yeah, I've got to keep
You
it.
know, I like boiled eggs.
Like a
I like
mozzarella
mozzarella
apple.
balls, but do you know when you're expecting something to be...
Yeah.
Serious.
You need to be
And
prepared.
the egg
yeah,
or egginess.
yeah, I think you need to be more prepared to go in with mozzarella than you do with an egg.
I'm going to call that our Huffy breakfast.
It was a Huffy breakfast. Right. We landed at 1:30. I think we've told this story anyway. We landed at 1:30, drove the whole family through the mountains in the dark all the way to the hotel. We checked in. There was nobody around. It was proper Faulty Towers style. There was like no sort of niceties or anything like that. We went to bed, we woke up, and then we turned up to a beige breakfast, and there was nothing else to
But it
eat.
was
And I
ultra
can't eat that kind of stuff. So I just went, there's got to be eggs. There is a standard in life where only eggs is all you need.
Yeah.
Eggs and meat, but this was like kind of, like Billy Bear ham. It was like kind of that sort of stuff.
But the ham was in like a
terrible.
sort of old Tupperware
It was an
tub,
old Tupperware
floating in
tub.
water.
Yeah, you'd have to like crack a lid and
just
take.
sounds a bit
Yeah, it was
sad.
almost like they
What's
kind
the name
of
the
brought it
hotel
from
again?
home.
If you do want to sponsor the podcast, by the way.
Multi-bits.
Was it
They're
was
gonna
it
sponsor now.
Faulty Towers in a sort of endearing way, though?
Yeah.
Or
I throw them under the bus, but we'll paint the picture, right? You walked in, and the lady who owned it was just sitting in the. It was quite a nice looking hotel, had loads of potential.
In the
But it was
80s, it was fine. Yeah.
You know what I mean? The structure of it.
Yes.
But the lounge area, which I guess was for hotel guests, was just the woman who owned the hotel,
Yeah.
sitting with like a tabard on,
Yes.
watching Italian soap operas
Yeah. With,
on this big TV.
yeah, but with the lady who kind of ran the cleaning as well and kind of ran the front of house, both sitting with a fan on, just blowing around at them all day, and they would just sit and watch. So you'd walk past them and just be sitting watching soap operas all day
Zero
long.
customer service.
No, there was
Nothing.
none.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Maybe
walk
That
past.
was
They
their
didn't even turn their head.
USP.
There
It was,
nothing.
yeah.
Well, like the rudest hotel in the world, like that sort of theme.
Looking at how
I've got a
guests keep
concept.
coming in. What's that all about? How dare they?
well,
Interrupted.
Because we turned up for breakfast, I was looking at beige food going, I can't eat anything here. When I eat some
I
food, I'm
finished off
hungry.
mozzarella
You finish
ball.
off your mozzarella ball. I'm like, let's go and find somewhere. There was nowhere. It was just croissants and stuff like that. I found a supermarket, went in, went, all right, at least we can kind of charcuterie and all that kind of stuff. Let's just get all of the meats together.
We went in the street sharing
Actually,
each other.
we were sharing, like, just packets of walking up the street going, right, here's a trick. Let's buy some eggs. Go back and ask her if she'll cook them for us. So we did. We went back, handed her translate it through
2
Google
dozen eggs.
Translate. Boiled
we need
eggs,
eggs
please,
and meat.
right? Yeah. So we handed this box of 12 eggs over, and she's like, "Oh yeah." So she boiled the eggs, and for the next 3 days, they had boiled eggs on the breakfast because we introduced it.
Hotel where you have to bring your own.
We leveled up the menu.
I think they might have had a breakfast strategy meeting that night.
Yeah.
Guy that brought those eggs in, I think he's onto something.
Yeah, but the next day, other people were eating boiled eggs. So I'm like, they want it. Give people what they want. You know,
Where food
just a
culture
boiled
starts.
eggs. Yeah,
Imagine.
Yeah. Or
How's
just,
Barker renowned for boiled eggs in 100 years' time?
well, these lads turned up once.
Yeah. They brought the egg with them.
I love the holy egg.
Cake?
Oh, the corn
no idea what a
cakes,
corn cake
because
is.
that's me.
You took
That's me
Captain Corn
go-to
cake?
healthy snack. So I took like. I
rice
took a
cakes?
massive, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just kind
Like
of corn
puffy.
cake with rice cake. So
They
it's,
look like Snacky
Yeah.
Jacks.
it's like Snacky Jacks,
yeah.
but it's a
Yeah,
corn
yeah,
thin. So I have that with peanut butter spread in the middle. It's a nice healthy snack. So I take a massive 1 kilogram
Double
tub
layer
of this is me weight and me
took
baggage.
them
So
on holiday?
I always do everywhere I go.
Sorry, I just said holiday.
Yeah, it's not a holiday. I certainly wasn't on holiday. Yeah. So obviously you got to bang your tea bags in there. You can't go anywhere without good tea. So I've got my tea bags, I've got my protein bars. So I've got my tub of peanut butter, and then I've got my corn
Do you like a
cakes
bit
to
of
get us through,
routine,
yeah.
Dan?
I like a bit of routine,
Yeah.
but I like you know what? I like not to think about it and just go. I've got something to eat, so I don't have to find it.
Yeah.
And then I'm a happy bunny because when you work and you don't need to think about it, so then I had a few drinks in there as well. A few
What
hero
tea
drinks.
bags are you taking?
I get Rington's Gold. So I've got Rington's Gold. I kind of, it's because they get you as soon as like they deliver it. Then even if you're not in, it's just left behind the
And the
kind of
stew well.
the tub, in the front, like some kind of pot in the front of the house. But
Those biscuits.
he's a good lad though.
Can I say something?
My son loves the
Maybe
chocolate
break the
biscuits,
podcast
so-
right
Ginger
now.
ones with the chocolate and the chocolate.
So we're on
Double
we're on
chocolate,
Winston's
yeah.
biscuits.
I've got to
now.
say,
How are
I've got
Rington's,
to
what's
say this.
the
It's an
matter with you?
expose moment.
Yeah.
I didn't nearly film it when I was in the kitchen.
What's that?
So I worked with Ringtons for like 20 years.
Oh, really?
But you're drinking Yorkshire tea.
Do you know what? I knew this was Yorkshire tea.
And it was sheerly because I went into Morrison's in Biker on the way in last week.
Yeah.
And lo and
So
behold, even though it's like 100 metres away from Rington's HQ, there was no Rington's tea in Morrison's.
Yeah, but you got to go with what we need at the time.
We've
you
got
know?
Yorkshire in the
It's
brewery,
cup of
haven't we?
tea.
But
I
we do
used-
need to speak to the Ringtons, man.
Yeah. Well, I was a Rington's. I was a Yorkshire Gold, and then obviously the Rington's guy kind of called us, so now I'm on the roster. So now he just drops it off, and I don't have to be
The
in.
van
So-
comes onto Foundry Yard as well.
It comes
It's
here
going
as
to take us
well.
about 15 years to get through that massive bag, though, that you bought.
I'm worried about the biscuits. As soon as we've got addicted to the Ringtons biscuits.
Which ones? Which ones?
The,
Oh, I love the ginger ones with it,
chocolate-
like, they got big hunks
Just the
of
normal
ginger in them.
ginger
Yeah,
cookies.
so
Yeah.
good. Yeah,
Yeah, I
but
mean-
they are dangerous.
My kids love the chocolate biscuit ones because it's got that, and it's got a nice crumble to it as well, and that chocolate coating. So they can upsell anybody at the front door, can't they?
Yeah,
Definitely get you
absolutely.
more
It
biscuits
doesn't
in
take
there.
much convincing,
Yeah,
really.
I know. Yeah. So-
You do it.
They're
The
no
guy
longer
comes
fitting
to
in
our
the
house,
mash
the
tun
doorstep
because
guy. And I feel so guilty because I start off, I'll be like, I'll just take a box of gold, please.
yeah.
You look at me for a little while and I go, some caramel wafers. And then do those geriatrics, which are,
Geriatrics.
that's what they're called. They're jelly babies, but in the shapes of old people.
Geriatrics.
Jellyactrix.
Is that what they're called?
Geriatrics.
That is
Geriatrics.
concept,
jelly-
isn't it?
Geriatrics.
Oh my God.
Geriatrics.
That's a
Jelly
good-
actually.
Jelly.
Jelly?
Yeah.
Love it.
Branded
Yeah.
name,
Love it.
I'm hoping that I didn't make that up. And it's not.
You've not just dreamt it one
If you
night.
haven't made it up, someone's running with it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Well, you've
taking
got.
that and running.
Well, why can't you call it a jelly baby? Jelly OAP. What's the equivalent?
I think
to that kinda-
jellyactric. I think that
Jelly-
is
jellyactric.
the concept.
It's got a perfect
It's got to be the
ring to it,
best sales
hasn't it?
job, hasn't it? Really.
Yeah.
They've got to be bigger
Just
than
driving
jelly
around in a
babies.
little van, making people really happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that.
They are very good at
That's
the
what
door.
you do.
I love that we're going at the door. So, yeah.
We try.
Yeah.
We try.
You do.
Let's not talk about other people's products. Let's talk about your products. So, yeah.
We should have gone
Nice
into
little
tea bags
segue
though. They're
that.
lighter than beer,
very
aren't they?
good.
Beer's
Trying to be
heavy.
professional. So
I know, yeah. My dad always said beer or bog roll. Wish some days when my back's hurting, I wish we'd gone bog roll.
Both?
What
Anyway.
did your dad say? What?
do both.
You just said people are always going to want beer, always going to want bog roll. So
Or you could sell
it's true,
both.
isn't it? Yeah, it's never going to.
If alliteration, it rhymes. Beer and bog roll, you'd be in, wouldn't you? Straight away.
Well, it works in a pub because you need both. That's right. You definitely do need both. If you were going to put something like you're going to do a brand of toilet roll, what would you do? Would you put something on it, or does that just cost too much money?
What do you mean put something on it?
Like pictures and images. If you got messages when you pull down a
that's not
toilet
right.
roll, that'd be
I've
quite
never
fun.
understood
Isn't it?
that.
Every
Never
year
understood
you'll get it's not right. We'll get a snowman, as in the snowman, the classic childhood cartoon. And there's something not right.
I know what-
being on
Well, you
bog
think
roll.
what you're doing with
You
it?
look at it
It's
and you're
like
like, I
sacrilege,
can't.
isn't it? The poor snowman
can't
is
do
getting
that.
wiped on it.
Yeah.
But of all things,
It's not good juju, is it? You definitely wouldn't want
What are you trying to do? Colour them in? It's like a new age colouring book.
pass some time away in the toilet.
Now I'm going to Tony Hart. When you used to kind of send in your picture competition.
Yeah, right.
I had
you
one
bookmark that
on
for a
Tony
merch
Hart's
idea, right?
gallery. I got there.
Did
yeah.
you get one on Tony
I've
Hart's
got one on
gallery?
Tony
Did you?
Hart's gallery.
Really?
That's my main claim to fame in life.
Yeah.
Come on, tell us what it was.
It was a
What
a
it
fireworks scene. Did you ever do this where you kind of make stripes in felt pen, like make a design in the background, and then you colour it all over in black
Yes.
Crayola
Right,
crayon,
okay, yeah.
and then you scrape it out, and it was like
Yeah,
a fireworks scene.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I did
all
on
I-
Tony. It's brilliant.
That's
I
all I
was
did
so
at primary
chuffed.
school. I remember doing that.
Yeah, I remember doing it and getting like black
the
paper as
pinnacle,
well
I
and using
think.
chalk and like, I like the fireworks scene.
Fireworks scene's good, isn't it? I like that idea.
God, I'm a bit jealous about that actually.
What did you get?
Do you remember? Well, you made
You don't
aware
get
that you're going to be
anything.
on
You
it.
don't get anything apart from
Just
that,
your
like
name, yeah.
quarter second of glory
Yeah,
as it pans over.
Put your name and your age, didn't it?
Yeah,
Is
Your
that
name
it?
bottom right or something like that, isn't it?
Oh
Yeah.
man, so
Aerial
chuffed.
font.
That was that needs to be back on TV. I mean, apart from the fact he's not alive, is he anymore?
But he's not.
Tony
But, no,
I
but,
don't think so. I
no,
don't think so.
no. Well, I mean, he was old back then, wasn't
Yeah.
he? He was,
Yeah, I guess
in
so,
the
yeah.
80s. But I think Neil Buchanan, he took the role of that, didn't he? On
Yeah, but he
Art
wasn't
Attack.
as pure as Tony Hart
He
was.
wasn't,
like
but he kind of brought
He was
the
just
full-
a good egg, wasn't he? He was a good
He
soul.
was like the British Bob Ross.
Yeah,
He was a bit
Yeah.
British Bob Ross, yeah.
Like
yeah.
gentle, loved art, whereas Neil Buchanan was a bit like, well, he's
Yeah.
just started doing stuff again, hasn't he? He started advertising for Muller Rice.
Oh, has he?
Neil Buchanan.
Neil
Yeah,
Buchanan.
popped up on my social media the other day.
What's he
He's doing
doing?
like art attack style things.
What's he doing? Like drawing a face
Murals
on
of Muller
and the
Rice.
rice. With,
But you know, like he used to do with the
and he put
helicopter
like a-
view, and he'd
Yeah,
go
then
to
you
a
zoom
field.
back.
Yeah.
He's done that for Muller.
Is he really?
Yeah,
I'm
he
gonna
looks all weirdly exactly the same.
Does he?
I'm going to be looking that up when I get back. Definitely.
Neil Buchanan. Anyway, guys, let's talk about yourselves.
30 minutes in, biscuits, bog roll, Neil Buchanan.
Biscuits, bog roll, and Buchanan. There's a
Covered all
title.
basics, really.
Write that
The
title down for next
fundamentals of
week.
life.
It's biscuits, bog roll, and Neil Buchanan. I can bet you that's the title of this podcast.
Oh, yeah. Like,
Well,
what the hell
kind
is
of
this about?
picked, I mean, we've talked about your Tony Hart appearance.
Yeah,
and
exactly. It's all downhill.
That's
from
kind of
there.
it, really, isn't it? It's the height.
Well, let's talk about you guys. How did you start out? What's the journey?
Oh God! Well, it started out brewing wine, really, didn't we? In demijohns, long time ago.
Keep doing that. Stop that. Yeah, we moved up to. When did we move up to Northumberland? We were in Newcastle. We moved up to Northumberland 2005.
What were you doing in
2005.
Newcastle? Because I'm trying to track back when we first met. I met you before we
Yeah.
probably met in that brewers group that I set up somehow.
Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah.
We were living in Newcastle and commuting north, weren't we? Both of us.
Well, I was teaching.
Yeah.
And you were working for.
No, that's when we moved to Northumberland. Originally, you were working for the Wildlife Trust up at Kielder, and I was working in Reedsdale, where we live now, on an environmental project with kids.
So where was the stew brew bit?
So then ended up working at Newcastle University and was working in sustainability projects. So had loads of different volunteering projects, all sorts of different stuff, working with schools and doing tree planting, and bid for this money to set up a sustainable microbrewery as part of this scheme, which was 7 different projects. But they gave us the money, which was a surprise to say the least, because you're thinking, oh, nobody's going to give students really money to set a brewery up. But yeah, we got this money. So then got a team of students together, and I was working kind of as a volunteer coordinator. and looking around for different sites, and we looked at a few different options, and then partnered with Chris O'Malley in the chemical engineering department, and he found us a site in the chem eng department, which is just amazing. So yeah, Stew Brew was born from there, really.
Did you have a passion for it though? Was it at the time? Was it an opportunity built into the wider project?
So yeah, like we'd been brewing.
We were home brewing at
We
the time.
we were home
Oh,
brewing.
so you were interested
We kind of
anyway,
moved on
yeah?
from wines, hadn't we, and got into beer, and built a little kind of stainless set up 100-litre kit.
I think
Out of stock pots, really, wasn't it?
living in rural Northumberland, and you've got, we had loads of fruit in the garden, loads of blackcurrants, loads of raspberries, and there's only so much jam you can make. And then we started making country wines, and then that kind of, just making raspberry wine, blackcurrant wine did the job. Probably didn't taste great. And then that kind of evolved into brewing and beer, didn't it?
Yeah, then we got really into
So we
beer.
were
Then we
doing
started
homebrewing.
using the fruits in beers as well. So the whole thing kind of melded together.
gonna
A
say
love of
that.
fermentation came before, came before we kind of got into it in a work sense.
So that makes
We've been
sense to
doing
me
it for
now
years.
because I didn't know the home brewing past with wines.
Yeah.
But I've always thought your beer stands out to other of your peers because of that ingredient element. So like you're talking like damson, or you've got the ghost flower beer that you do.
Yeah.
Now that makes sense to me why you took. So that was like a natural evolution from making wine into beer and sort of what you learned
Just
there.
kind
Yes.
of using
Bring
very
the ingredients
seasonal
in,
ingredient and seeing what flavours we can really, how we can work with those flavours is
Yeah,
always
do
of
you know,
interest to us, isn't
we
it?
did have that from the beginning, didn't we? And then I think we're jumping around a little bit, but I think lockdown for us when we were running the brewery, lockdown was tough, but lockdown really gave us a bit of time to stop and think. And that was the point where we were doing damson porter. We were brewing a damson porter then, but we thought what we really like about brewing, one of the many things we like about brewing with local ingredients, is it really links us to the landscape. There's a lot of our core beers that we could move the brewery to Wales and we could brew those beers the same once we got them dialed in. Some of the core beers, but the forage beers, it was like, this is a real taste
This
of
is
Northumberland, because that fruit, it changes year by year. The recipe stays the same, but if you get if you've ever had fruit out of the garden, if you get a sunny year, the fruit's sweeter. You get a drier year, it might be a little bit more tangy.
I remember being really inspired by we got that book, didn't we? That seasonal beer recipe book from Scratch Brewing. They're over in Illinois, and just they're working with very different ingredients than we can get in Northumberland. But that creativity of working with what's around you, they do fruits and they do wild ingredient from the forest and barks, and it just really inspired us to think, actually, might be able to build this as part of the business, which was it was lockdown that gave us the time and the headspace to do it, I guess.
Yeah.
I think a big facet to it in lockdown as well was getting out there and foraging and picking stuff was actually really good for our mental health as well.
Yeah. And for the kids, it's just, we're not going to see anybody the whole day. It was just a beautiful time, wasn't it, to get them involved with things as well.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like experimental
strange old
phase. You need an
moment.
experimental phase time, don't you?
Yeah.
And I think that sounds like that was the time.
Yeah, and having like it wasn't all rosy lockdown for any of us, was it? But having that space in there, having that time and that space to experiment and to think about it and to do some stuff.
Yeah.
We can do this.
Because you wouldn't have the time other than any other time. Do you know what I mean? Because we're too busy doing everything else.
We
and
100%.
it
we were still
100%.
in a kind of, we're just really only just gone full time, both of us, with the business, hadn't we? Because when we started out first and last, we were working Stew Brew. Well, I was working Stew Brew. You were teaching. I was working Twice Brewed. So it was a bit juggly, and then we'd gone both full time into our own business and finally made it. And then it's like, oh, crikey, all the pubs have shut, So we were 95% cask beer into pubs at that point.
Yeah.
Bit of a shock to the system, but it did give us opportunities to think about the business in a different way, I guess, and do a lot more small pack and a lot more experimental small runs.
Quickly pivot.
Yeah.
But how big of a jump was it though to go from juggling to going all into your own business? Did it feel like a risk?
Yeah.
Or at the time before COVID,
Yeah.
did you have enough work lined up to think, actually, we've got a bit of a runway, we've got time? Like, was it a calculated risk, or was it just like, we've got to do this?
It was a good few years of working multiple jobs to raise capital to do our own brewery.
Yeah.
We didn't, we didn't have a bunch of money or to do it, so we had to work other jobs alongside, and that kind of built experience and built a bit of resilience as well for us, didn't it? And then you ended up you started dropping days, didn't you, with Duke of Edinburgh Award? You were working with them, so just reducing your hours, and you went full time first, didn't you, on the business side of things?
Part time, then full time. And you were part time. I think it is difficult psychologically. It was difficult, and I think it was made more difficult for us because we've got kids and had kids at the time as well. So to have our family income both linked to that business, if one of us had been working, if me and Red weren't a couple, and we both had partners who were working, it probably would have happened quicker. But we had no other finance within. Do you know what I mean?
Has
for
to
us
bring
both
in
to jump in, it was like,
majority,
right, this has got to pay all of the bills.
One has to be stable.
We knew we needed to have enough pub
Yeah.
accounts to make sure that we were kind of solid to bring in enough of an income to make it work.
And generally speaking, I think we're quite risk adverse. I think we probably always have been a little bit risk adverse. But then I think certainly, like when you're talking about COVID there, when COVID hit, it's like...
It was a massive shock, wasn't it? It was like, crikey.
This is a problem.
Yeah. We're really lucky though. We were supported through that by people being really kind, we did some work on the farm, didn't we? And we live on a farm and helped them with lambing, and we just didn't pay rent for a few months until we got ourselves sorted and got all of those beers into small pack, and we launched the forage range, and that brought in a whole load of new customers. So although it was a scary time, it actually has made the business what it is.
I've just recalled that's when we met. I've just remembered
Local heroes.
Yes, because
beginning. Yeah,
it was definitely in the development of that WhatsApp group.
Yeah,
and then I think we added you to the group, and I'd never met you before.
Yeah,
and we found out about you, and I came up to see you in your old brewery.
Yeah, Elston.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And then we started stocking it and putting it into the boxes.
And you were in was it the old fire station?
We were at the Beacon.
The Beacon, that's
Westgate,
right.
Yeah.
Is that an old fire station?
It was next to it.
It was next to it, yeah.
Next to the old fire station, yeah.
God, how long ago was that? It probably wasn't as long ago as what it feels. When was COVID?
Well, it was mid-COVID, 2020.
2020.
Yeah.
So 2020, COVID hit.
It's only 6 years ago, 5 years ago.
Yeah.
It's 2020. It was like
Mental.
actually nearly 6 now. It's because it's 2020. Yeah, so it was the March in 2020.
March 2020, and then it took us about 8 weeks to get that set up as a platform.
Yeah.
And I think we were probably up and running, and then we got introduced to you.
Yeah.
But that helped, that support of exposure to new customers and getting the message out. And I think everybody's psychology changed during COVID as well about buying local and supporting local businesses, and that community that's built, and that kind of that attitude towards making sure these tiny little businesses everywhere thrived and survived. They were just surviving at the time. And I think the challenges that everybody went through at that time made you think outside of the box a little bit. And
it's a common theme that we speak to loads of people on the podcast, or just in general, about how, COVID becomes quite an uncomfortable thing to talk about because we have lots of positive conversations with people who say, we wouldn't have been able to pivot our business if that didn't happen. Or like you just said, you were foraging with your kids.
Yeah.
It carved out a real moment in time for lots of businesses to do positive things.
Oh, do you know what? I think it's been profound for us as a brewery, COVID.
It has. It did. It set up, in terms of Food and Drink Northeast, in terms of local heroes, it wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't
but you always feel a bit tasteless saying it because it was such a negative
I know,
thing for so many people.
There were tough times as well, absolutely. But it forced our hands, didn't it? And it also puts you in a position where you're like, right, we've got to do something.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, we wouldn't have met if it wasn't for COVID, but it was the absolute worst time because I lost everything, and I was teaching kids over a kitchen table during the week, and then decided to make films on a weekend, so just to give myself something to do because everything had stopped, no income at all, right?
Yeah.
And then I think, local heroes and Food and Drink Northeast kind of just helped me through it as well. So if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't have met and we wouldn't be here
and
now.
you
It's
wouldn't
one
be
of those
sitting on
things.
these sofas.
But that's because I was wanting to ask you as well, if it wasn't for that, you can look back now and all that nostalgic kind of, it was tough times, but when you're going through it, it's really hard. We've been grafting for the past year by you trying to pivot to one world into another, and it's been really, really difficult. But hopefully, 2 years down the line, you can look back on that period and go, that was tough, but we're here now, we've got through it, and we're actually
opportunity
better off.
often comes in strange
does,
shapes and
yeah.
sizes, doesn't it? And it's often in disguise as like, oh my goodness, we're going through a nightmare.
But it's hard when you kind of stepping 2 steps back or even 3 steps back. You feel like you're failing when you're stepping back, and I do. And it's really difficult for me because I'm always drive forward, keep going.
Yeah.
That's the problem. It's in here, isn't it? So psychologically, I think it does take its toll on you.
Yes.
Because people don't want to step back. They don't want to drop down in a lifestyle expectation. Like, I'm losing. Why? But you've got to go, if you go through it, then there's something else and a new life at the end of that. Did that feel like the same thing as well when you came through that? And
I think it given me a lot of resilience. I don't always pull on it, but you think back 6 years and you think, God, as a business, if we survive COVID, or even personally, it's like if we got through that, then we can deal with most things.
You've got more skills,
Yeah,
because you've been
it's only
through
the
harder
zombie
times.
apocalypse I worry about now.
I tend to very much look back on things with rose tinted glasses, don't I? Just because
I do.
I'm looking for the best out of the situation generally, but I think we certainly wouldn't be where we are now as a business, and the choices that we have made have been purposeful because we had a little bit of it got us out of the rat race of thinking just one way, and we were we had this interest in brewing things with foraged ingredient, but you get busy and then you start taking on more pub accounts, and then it's very easy to become settled in one direction, isn't it? And sometimes that sharp shock actually makes you think of different solutions to the same kind of problem, and I think it's helped us be creative, and that has continued. Now we're purposefully more creative, aren't we? Because we know we want it to continue to be part of the business.
I think that was the big take home for us was, like you said before, the vast majority of what we did was beer into pubs, which is fine, but when the pubs go, you're very, very vulnerable.
It's helped us build that community of loyal customers that, they totally saved our skins. People, getting in the van and delivering bottles and cans to people across Northumberland, and often it was the only contact that somebody would have in a day, and you'd be dropping it literally at the edge of their homestead, and doing everything.
Your beer's here.
Yeah, exactly, and ringing ahead. But that little tiny bit of social contact, those customers are still with us, and still, we still do free delivery across Northumberland because they actually saved our skins. We wouldn't have been able to feed our children if it wasn't for them. And the fact that they're still coming back and buying, it's like, it's a relationship, and it's it's just our community of people now, isn't it?
I'm not sure we would have
loyal.
had the confidence to grow either. We pushed hard and we moved from, you came up to see us in Elston. You've not been to see us at Bellingham, have you?
Yeah.
No. So we moved into Bellingham, which is an old ambulance station, which is perfect for a brewery.
It's great.
And added a tap room, and that was that thing of we felt we needed to get a little bit bigger so that we employ a few people so we can take a holiday. That's the thing with COVID. When one of us got ill, we both got ill, and then brewing grinds to a halt.
It was diversification, wasn't it? Because we knew we couldn't necessarily just rely on one thing, but also it's out of necessity.
Sure.
Because we started in that double garage in Elsdon, and we had the brew kit and 2 fermenters to start off with, and by the time we finished, we had the brew kit and 7 fermenters, and you could not swing a cat. I mean, it was an absolute nightmare. You're trying to brew and cask on a day, and there's pipes there was just no floor space. There was like postage stamp of floor space to do stuff because we filled it with fermenters, so we needed to grow. Because as soon as the pubs did come back, we had all this production for small pack, but then we needed, cask and keg again. Yeah. So, okay, right, we need a bigger brewery.
Yeah.
So, it made us want to move, didn't it? And actually made us think about different ways of diversifying the business. I mean, the tap room has been a learning journey in itself, hasn't it? Yeah, a great one, a really good one. Yeah,
It's a different skill set, isn't it?
completely different. We always said we never wanted to run a pub, didn't we? We still don't want to run a pub.
And
We
your
want to
brain's-
run a
it's not
tap
a pub,
room
it's a tap
instead.
room.
Yeah,
exactly.
Totally different.
I know, but it's great.
But it's almost, you've kind of created a space for that community which you're delivering to accompany you.
That's the word, community.
Yeah.
Totally the word. And I think that links back to COVID as well. Like COVID, for me, pulled that community together. You know, that community of brewers, the food and drink community.
Yeah.
I think it feels to me that things got a little bit stronger and a
It was
little
a
bit more
catalyst
community
because
minded.
everything was disparate before COVID.
Yeah, yeah,
And it was that one very specific moment in time where everybody turned towards each other
yeah.
because they had to.
Yeah.
And I think that's continued.
That
you know?
mutual support has definitely continued and strengthened.
And that's what floats our boat, doesn't it? I think it's a big part of me and you, and therefore the business is community.
I think, you know what, Sam, I think it floats everyone's boat. It's just, I think we get a bit complacent with the new norm of the world that happens now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But really, if you took all of that away, that's all people want. Because you see small businesses, because we've talked about this before with gyms and stuff like that. I'm seeing a new era of community, all about keeping fit and healthy, but doing your little treats as well, bringing your nice beers in and going for food, but they're all sitting, drinking and eating and having a conversation after they do the thing, which is the gym, which brought them together in the first
So
place.
it's not just transactional anymore. They don't just turn up, do the thing, go home.
Then go home, whereas that's what it used to be. You guys are the same. They'll pop in, have a beer, have a natter, then you bring some music, then you bring somebody else, then something else is happening. You
it's
go,
that craving
actually building
social
it, but it's
connection, isn't it?
it's creating its own.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
it's an organic process. You know, I know people like hating using the word organic, but that's what it is. It is. It creates itself. You've just given it a home, and then let's watch it grow.
It's a necessity, isn't it? I think we all need it, and it's heartening that it's there, because certainly as a parent, you're both parents, aren't you, as well? You know, you worry. There's technological stuff, and kids are more perhaps behind a screen, and it's you worry about losing that, but I don't think we have, and I don't think we will. That
don't think so.
connectivity, I think it's a human, it's a human necessity, the wholesomeness.
But I also think as well, because you can look at it both sides as well, which way you do, drives you nuts, don't do that, don't go on that. Actually sitting, talking, communicating with people, that is a community.
Yeah.
You've created a digital community. We just had to go to a friend's house to play on the computer. Now they can do it by not going to that house, but they're still conversing and having so they're not on their own in a room. They're still doing that interaction.
Yeah.
I think that's still important as well. It's just their way of doing it.
Yeah.
So, but there has to be a balance. You got to get out and kick a ball, because everyone knows that. Everyone must be out and about, throwing a frisbee and stuff like that, don't they? I mean, that's what it's about, isn't it? So,
Absolutely. What's nice in the chat room space now is we've got a space to do stuff that wasn't possible before, was it? And like now we've got this space. It's about everybody putting their ideas in and what should happen in that space. We're really enjoying that, aren't we? Like last night we had the board of readers to the tap room, and the tap room wasn't meant to be open, but we did this little event for the Dark Skies Festival, and it was so lush. So you got professional actors, and they're reading a story, dark, dead of night stories, ghost stories and stuff. And it was brilliant, but just everybody had come because they're interested in the literature. But then the chat and the mingle, and we had loads of candles out, and it was just such a lush atmosphere, and people are connecting, and it's not necessarily about the beer, they're having a beer, but they're there for a different reason, and they're making connections and chatting about, about how these tales were wound. And I don't know, we're really excited about creating lots of different reasons to be there, and that's about working with different small businesses to be able to do that. It's like, we've got a space now, let's play with it.
But
I love it.
It's authenticity as well, though, because it's got a really nice, you could put on a series of events really easily, right? Big things, and I guess you will do that. You've got the space to do that. But all these little happenings that represent that local community, it really lands well with people, because
they're
it's
just pretty
representative of
random,
them,
because they're just off the back of a random conversation that you've had. It's like, oh yeah, okay, well, we've got a little space that you can do that in. Fantastic. They turned up, they do their thing, but it's really nice to watch what spins out from that, because off that there'll be something else. Okay, well, I love how things just grow and develop on their own terms, and it's lots and lots of different people's ideas that are coming together.
It's powerful.
I think it's similar to what we've done here, isn't it? It's sort of this is not the main staple, but this is the thing that we can grow a network with and talk to people and get ourselves out there and have your voice heard and all of these kind of lovely little things. It's that you just want to build something. Go, all right, hopefully people might like it. I don't know. Let's give it a try anyway. Why not?
Exactly. You put it out there and see what people think, and you never know what's going to happen as a result of it. It's a beautiful thing, isn't it?
It is, but you kind of grow something which you didn't expect to happen, and we didn't expect We don't expect anything to happen. I mean, we still don't. So, but we enjoy it, and I think that's the thing. We enjoy it.
You can tell.
Really.
You can
Short-term
tell.
thinking is the new long-term thinking.
Yeah.
It is.
But it is. But now you go, oh God, we've got to keep this up, and it has to be a certain standard. But that's just us anyway. But it's just part of like what you guys do. That's just added on to the thing that you're selling, you know, which is the brewery stuff. Do you know what I mean? And it's sort of that's nice to have, isn't it? It's lovely. It's a bit of us, you know.
Yeah.
I think that's what we're doing.
Can I ask a question about the beer, right?
Yeah.
And the DNA of the beer. Mm-hmm. It's absolutely rooted in Northumberland. Like, do you feel a weight to get that right? Do you know what I mean? Because you're a brewery that completely stands out for what you do. Does that make you feel like does it restrict opportunity to sort of grow into certain areas, or is it your entire USP? So I would look at you as a completely Northumberland brewery. You're not a generic brewery. You know, you could be an other brewery making beer of a good quality, but you're rooted in your place. Mm-hmm. Is that
It's very much what we wanted to do when we were sitting down and thinking about going into business together. We knew where we wanted to be. We knew we loved where we lived, and we wanted to celebrate that. We wanted to link it as much into the landscape of where we are, because we just enjoy being there and being amongst the people that are in Northumberland. And I think, you couldn't pick it up and put it somewhere else. I think in terms of the pressure to get that right, I don't really see that as a burden at all. That is more thinking of new ideas and taking on board new ideas, of experimenting with different local ingredient. Mm-hmm. I think that's the thing, that experimentation will never stop, because there's always going to be more to play with. Mm-hmm. And I think I like the fact that people are starting to get into the flow of the year and the seasons. And sometimes there's why didn't you do an elderflower and meadowsweet this year? You know, I really enjoyed that last season. I've simply not got time to do that beer again because we're brewing new beers with this new ingredient, you know, and we do want to do we've got aspirations to work with different wild ingredient, and therefore you need to brew different beer styles to go with that. So it's kind of a process of constant change and development, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's exciting. It keeps it exciting as a brewer, but it keeps it exciting as a business owner as well, doesn't it?
But I think you can always bring that back. It's still of value, and it still has a value. You go, we'll bring that back in a few years, and then it's still a thing. You created it.
It's nice. It's nice when people like are looking forward to beers coming out and they're asking for things maybe out of season. It's like, actually, you're going to have to wait till May because the spruce tips aren't there.
I really like that Provenance as well. You know, Provenance within food and drink. It's got people look for Provenance. It's got a lot of value with a small V, and it's got a lot of authenticity.
Yeah,
I really enjoy that, and I think that's the history of beer is fascinating. But that's where we would have been a few hundred years ago. A lot more Provenance and now we've moved forward, and we're all sort of sourcing our malts from 4 or 5 maltsters in the country, sourcing our hops from a few different hop merchants. Yeah. And so I love the fact bringing that element of provenance and locale into our beers.
It's really important. I mean, we did the consultation with you around Taste of Northumberland. Remember we did the thing up at Brockbushes?
Brockbushes, yeah.
And there's loads of different schools of thought, isn't there, on provenance? But we talk about, if you're not from Northumberland or you're not from the northeast, what would your like a Northumberland beer mean to someone in Essex? And there's always there's some people want to lean the other way and say, let's just make it a bit more generically northeast. But I'm the complete opposite. You know, if you want to find something that is unique to a place and a space, you've got to be honing in.
Yeah.
To the absolute things that are of that place that you would do.
It's certainly
what makes people come here.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And when we go to different places, we've got that same attitude. We're looking for what is locally produced, whether it's anywhere in the UK or if it's abroad. You're looking for. That's what is exciting about visiting places, isn't
What's
it?
the local dish?
Yeah.
What's the local?
So
meat?
Northumbrians and locals can celebrate what's there and look forward to the next iteration of that beer. But then people who are visiting the area, it's like, actually, you've got a story to tell because this was picked, you know, from this particular orchard or from that lane down there,
Yeah.
you know, and you've got, there's a lot of truth behind it, and there's also joy in just being out in the landscape and enjoying it ourselves and having it as part of our lives.
There's a quality behind it as well.
Yeah.
You know, we know what we pick. We pick it and it goes straight into the beer and that freshness. And with some things like the gorse flower, like the spruce tips,
Exactly. You've
there's
got
no
like
way of doing
12 hours it needs to be in, otherwise you lose
Exactly.
that aroma.
But that's what makes
Yeah.
it special. And that's the word special. It has to be special.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a weight, there's an anticipation. There's kind of something exciting about that, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, you know, when you're waiting for your, back in the day, waiting for your favourite band to kind of create that album which you're waiting for and you're kind of saving up for. It's like, it's almost you're doing the same thing, you know? It's like, oh no, not yet. It's not ready. Do you know what I mean?
I think there's a big part for us as well that it's not just outwards facing, it's inward facing as well. It keeps us on our toes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know, you look at some of these ingredients, well, gorse to a degree, there are other people brewing with gorse, but it's like, where do we add this in the process? How much do we add? Do we add it in the mash? Do we add it in the boil? Do we add it in the FV? There are different stages we can add it, and this is a lot of this is lost knowledge. People would have used a lot of wild ingredients in beers. We've got a heritage in this country of at least 8,000 years of beer. You know, internationally maybe 14,000 years of beer. But it would have been wildly different. I mean, we just think of the beer that we were drinking in the 80s and the 90s. It's very different from the beer that we're drinking now. So you roll it back 50 years, 100 years, 200 years. It's just evolved. The evolution of beers, fascinating, absolutely fascinating.
Obviously, the Northeast story as well. It's, you know, a really big part of that.
Yeah.
I'm just all I can get in my head right now is a pint of scotch. Remember that? You see it like working men's clubs with a head about that big.
Yeah.
Well, I instantly went to double maxim and brown ale.
Brown ale.
But it was that, isn't it? Yeah, and then the other lagers like you do.
Am I right in saying that double maximum was the original brown ale in the Northeast? That's the claim, isn't it?
It's like
Is
the
that right?
Newcastle
I hope so.
Sunderland
That'd be
Divide,
nice.
wasn't it? Was that not
Pre-Newcastle
it?
brown ale.
Was it like? Was it
Oh,
not
that's
Sun?
interesting.
I thought it was a Sunderland Newcastle divide. You know what I mean?
Well,
It's like one
there
of
is,
them.
but I think
one's on one side of the
stakes
wall, one's red,
claim
one's black,
that
white.
it was
Yeah.
the earlier recipe.
Do you know,
And I'm
I
sure-
was driving over today and I was like, I don't know much about the brewing heritage of the Northeast. Like the stuff that we've looked at, quite a lot of illicit whiskey distilleries, illicit whiskey sills.
Oh, yeah.
The Cokerdale and around there. And there's a fair bit of research on that. But in terms of the history of brewing in the Northeast, I should dig into that. But wherever you go, wherever you're driving in the Northeast, these little villages, or you'll see Malton's Lane, Brewers Close. There's references to it absolutely
Well,
everywhere.
here, growing up here when we were kids, I mean, it was industrial brewing, right?
Yeah.
But it was still nostalgic.
Yeah.
And, you know, obviously when you had Scotch and Newcastle
Yeah.
in Newcastle City Centre, I grew up, you know, going into town. I mean, I lived south of the river, but you go into town, you had the same in Sunderland. Everywhere just smelled, everything smelled of Weetabix.
Yeah.
As a kid, when I was a kid, I didn't think it was hops. I was like, I'd go to Fenwick's window and be like, why does everything smell Weetabix? And it was the brewery. It was it was everywhere.
Yeah. It was just part of the character.
You could smell it before you could see it.
Well, you could. Yeah,
completely. Yeah, no, there was the tap house. We used to go to the brewery tap first before you went round the town in Sunderland. That was back when, you know, sonatas and all that kind of stuff was in. But that's where you would start. You would start at the brewery in their pub, and then you go around. That's your starting point.
Yeah.
That's your foundations. You have a night out.
That's the first course.
That's where I cut.
Start off at 10.
You've got to start off true. haven't you? So, but yeah, yeah, why isn't that though? Why hasn't anybody done anything about that kind of the breweries, the beer?
I bet there
I
are
got-
PhD.
I got myself
I bet
into some
I bet
big
there
trouble.
are, you
Really?
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you
Well,
think?
because I made a claim about, you know, going back to Newcastle Brown Ale. Yeah, it's an industrial beer. I get that.
Yeah.
But if it was another region or another part of the world where you've got this iconic drink,
Yeah.
that still holds
Yeah.
the same logo and the same branding that shows you Newcastle Quayside.
It's still a big part of the Northeast brand.
It's
isn't
still
it?
part of the
Massively,
Northeast
yeah.
heritage and branding.
Yeah.
You go to a place like New York and you'll see murals of the Tyne Bridge,
Yeah.
right? And brown ale on draft. I never understood why we didn't fight harder to stop Heineken taking it over. because I think other industries will be different. Like now, in the creative industries and
Guinness
stuff.
is the same. Christ, I mean, that's just like
Yeah.
hold aloft Guinness. The Irish, you know what I mean? But it is. Why isn't
But do
it
you know
same
the
with-
fact? This
with
is a
brown
fact.
ale?
It was the only product ever in the Northeast that had a geographical indicator on it.
Nuki Brown.
Yeah.
Right.
And then it got withdrawn so it could get moved to Tadcaster. So the Northeast never had anything else that had an indicator on it that said it could only be made here in a certain way.
changing
What
your
do
name
you
on a
think
birth
it is then?
certificate,
You know,
isn't
why didn't we fight harder? Who do you think would have been like? Was there nobody there to bring that fight? Were people not organised and
get me into trouble
together enough? Yeah.
I don't think we hadn't, and I still don't think we're quite there either. We didn't have a vision around the food industry here.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think it was always a secondary, no matter how big it was the biggest export from the UK for about a decade. And that was going back to when I used to do my international trade stuff. It was huge.
It's still
But it
massive
still
in
wasn't
America,
valued,
isn't it?
if that makes sense. It was huge as a thing, but it wasn't valued enough to keep. Because I think at the time, the Northeast, and certainly Newcastle, was in transition. It was trying to move towards, it was a capital culture bid, and we're moving into new industries.
Yeah,
and
there was
Baltic
different
getting
focus
turned
at
into
play,
art.
yeah.
So we were gentrifying as a city and as a region, and I think they wanted to just push away
Rather than
some of the
celebrating our
nostalgic
heritage. Yeah.
heritage industries.
So obviously,
You know
we,
what I mean?
we always look back to the past and these kind of brands like that, big brands. So what's replacing that now? What is now? Is there anything like that of today?
No, I think
Of a big brands.
Yeah, like big brands who kind of hold aloft. We talk about it as if it's the only one that's ever been made.
I don't think it's
Brown,
been-
like
yeah.
Guinness. Do you know what I mean? Are there any new ones? Why aren't there any new ones?
Just not in that
You know?
category. I mean, you've
That
got big
kind of
breweries
level,
here. You've
you
got
know?
Cameron's over in Hartlepool. They're a big industrial brewery, but you'd have to look at
I
different
think
food
you've
categories.
got
Not in the brewing.
the pie is split up into lots of smaller segments now, isn't it? And some of
Yeah.
those are bigger than others. You know, I mean, you've got Full Circle celebrated around the world. I mean, they launched during COVID, didn't
Yeah,
they?
yeah.
And the export side of their business, their brand was far better known abroad rather than
Yes.
in the UK. And then they've kind of brought that kind of that customer base much more back to all over the UK as well as abroad. So I mean, I think you've got this split now of lots of little folks representing the region, and I think that's something to be really joyful about.
But I think
Why
that's-
do we need the big one when
Yeah.
you've got so much
Yeah.
great stuff happening, and it's diverse and it's
Yeah.
interesting, and some are tiny and some are massive, and it's like actually that's a better world. I
Well,
think.
it is, and I think that's what's
yeah,
happened. I think that
you're
vacuum that was created, there was going to be a culture of brewing in the region because there had been.
Yeah.
But the fact that there was this big gulf of this, a colossal business like Scottish Newcastle disappearing, you did see like an acceleration. I mean, I remember when I first started the Fadney stuff and I built that WhatsApp group, there was only 10 people in it,
Oh, wow.
right? And it was, you know what it's like. Back then, when we first set it up, it was very like, oh, if they're in it, I'm leaving. And then you'd add 2 people and one person would leave. And then, because you know what it's like, right?
Competition.
And then it's like 85. I don't know how many 85 breweries or people in that group now.
Yeah.
And we've just stepped back from it because it's done what we wanted
you
it to
look
do.
at the daily-
People chat to each other in it.
It's
the daily conversations that
It's
happen.
such a
and
tight sector as well.
Yeah.
It's so supportive. You frequently see people sharing ideas, sharing contacts,
sharing
people say,
ingredients,
sharing
doing each other's
ingredients.
like outlier and dray runs.
I'm short of a bag of this. It's
Yeah.
like, oh well, I'll drop it off
It's so
today
useful.
on the run.
And that's
On a
exactly how it
day-to-day
should be
basis.
Yeah.
across
Yeah.
in other parts of
It's
the sector. I need to
collaborative
learn
and
that
it's-
from
It's
that group.
fantastic.
Yeah,
it's
it's
absolutely
supportive, isn't it?
fantastic.
I think that's a mindset of an era, though, isn't it? Because it was very much kind of crabs in a bucket sort of thing. And I think everything's changed now.
Yeah.
You definitely know it's better now because it works, doesn't it? When
It does
everyone's
work.
sharing and helping out.
And I think
surely.
the brewing sector, and I don't think that's just the Northeast, that friendly to the brewing sector, or certainly the independent brewing sector that we're in, where we're all quite small. I think it's probably fair to say that nobody's got into that sector thinking they're going to make a vast amount of money, because it's just not there in the sector. But everyone in that sector's got passion, so we're all trying to make a business and make an earning. But everyone's got a vast amount of passion, and I think it's that passion for the industry that
There's
is
not
so
an
supportive.
attitude at all. I haven't come across it where people are trying to nick a bit of business off each other.
Yeah.
Everybody's just trying to make a bit more space for the independent sector by nicking a bit of business off Heineken, really.
Yeah.
That's the truth of it.
Yeah.
And people want to give each other a bit of a leg up.
It's
I
tough,
do think
and it's
that's
tough
true.
at the moment. It is a tough sector.
I was going to ask you, what are the biggest challenges at the minute?
So, yeah. I mean,
Chuck that one
how
in
many
there.
pubs have we lost in the last kind of... We've lost
lost
4 or 5 pubs in the
yeah.
last kind of couple of weeks, really.
Really?
There's 4 since January that I know that have closed their doors. You know,
Yeah.
the
In the
sector
area?
stuff.
In our area,
Really?
Yeah. So hospitality,
Is that all
it's tough in
duty, all the
hospitality.
things hitting
It's
all at
well,
once?
it's business rates,
Yeah, rising costs.
Yeah, and utilities charges going up. I mean, literally putting the heating on and keeping the lights on. There's several
Big
pubs.
increase to employ.
We have
employment,
conversations on a
employing
daily
people.
basis about how tough it is to keep your pub doors open because your staff costs have gone up, your utilities have gone up, and margins are just really, really tight for people. So they're at the coalface, aren't they? And it's
Yeah.
really difficult. It's really difficult.
There's a change in things. Always change, don't they? People are. I mean, there's beer available in Aldi and Tesco, and it's a real economy of scale. We can't make beer for the price
that
some
it's
of those
sold
that they're sold for because we haven't got that economy of scale, which is fine. The big change, people perhaps staying home, watching a film on Netflix and buying beer in rather than going to the pub or the cinema.
Yeah.
So, and that's, I don't sort of say that with any, it's just change. We're always in a position of flux and we just have to embrace it and we have to
We
evolve.
do have to really support our pubs because,
But I mean, also that means that the big ones, your sort of AB InBev, your Heinekens, your Diageo and Guinnesses of the world, they're really pushing out. Hawkstone are really pushing out, and that takes up a little space. It's us as independents have got to really shout out that our beer is going to be a little bit more expensive. Why should you have an independent beer in there where you could get a cheap cooking lager for 10 or 20 quid less?
But that's an
tell
issue
our
that
story a
translates
bit better.
right across the industry, though, isn't it? I mean,
Absolutely,
It's like in food and drink as a whole.
Yeah.
If I can get it cheaper, why should I pay more?
Yeah, and that's about
It's a
telling
forever
our story.
argument, isn't it?
Yeah, and always will be.
especially when people have got less money in the back pocket, it's that's another individual and customers and how much budget they've got to play with. I think that counts across all food and drink, doesn't it? Of people are making difficult choices of how they're spending their money.
Yeah.
And I think that is going to have a squeeze on volumes, just because people are being careful, really, aren't they, of how they're or how much they're actually buying. But I mean, we seem to be doing okay and fielding that okay. I think it is more about telling your story, and this is why you're spending your money here, and it's worthwhile choosing that. You might be drinking less, but drink quality. I think everybody's just having to work hard at that, but we don't mind that, do we?
No, it's like I say, it's just change. It's always we're always going to have change. Definitely the ABV, the strength of beers is dropping. Big thing in the last few years of zeros and low.
Yeah.
And is that
no's.
trend culture, or is that? I know there's duty reasons around that as well. Like
I
people
think
innovating around.
it's a little bit of both, actually. I mean, everybody's kind of been slimming down their ABVs in the major brands.
Yeah.
And the duty changes to really high alcohol beers that you saw far more Imperials around.
Even
Just
4
even
years
5
ago, you go out
yeah,
and go, "Ooh,
exactly.
that's
It's been a
8%
huge change
there." I'm like-
because it's super expensive to make them now,
Yeah.
and therefore you're going to have to charge a
But
premium.
there's a big appetite for low nose, younger generation.
I think you're right. We were talking earlier on. It is the gym culture because they're not basically going out binge drinking. They don't really do that a lot, but they enjoy social food, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So it's that. And also, there's a market for that as well.
Yeah,
isn't
that
there?
20 to 30.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm generalising, but there's 20 to 30-year-olds. When I think about when I was in that bracket in the 90s, there was a lot of excess in the 90s.
Well, it was, what was it getting to the
Well,
excess? How can I get there?
yeah.
How can I get there?
Beck, Caliber or Beck's VA, whatever it was.
Well, hey, there's another play into it as
Yeah.
well. The technology. I mean, the zero beer is now exceptional. I mean, I think the Guinness Zero.
Yeah.
Is it called Guinness Zero? That's
Yeah.
very, very good.
And and when a company the size of Diageo
Yeah.
is invested in a completely separate brewery to make, you look at all the advertising at the minute, it's around the zero product, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
There's a lot of innovation happened here though as well. I mean, did you come across Impossibrew? That was
Yeah.
on?
Yeah.
That came out in Newcastle
we
Yeah,
sell
but
a
University.
couple of
South
theirs
Uni.
in the
Do you know
tap room,
Mark?
actually. No, I don't know
So
him.
he came out
no.
of Newcastle University. I met him when he had
Right.
prototypes of that product,
Right.
and we try to do some export work with him. But he was ahead of his time. I mean, that was lockdown.
Yeah.
When that came out.
No, he's still. We stock quite a few of his beers in the tap,
do,
don't
yeah.
we? The zeros.
Something you want to get into? Is that because of interest or not? Are you kind of, or is it a different thing completely?
Let's see what Red says.
It is. I like brewing traditional beer personally, but I mean, it's not that we're not thinking about it. We were kind of trying to crack the gluten-free nut this last year, and then we've got 10 beers for 10 years this year. So there's stuff on our plate. You know, you can't do too many things all at once.
There is a big part of me that thinks we're brewers, we brew beer.
Yeah.
I
Get it? You don't have to. There's no.
But
it's
at the same time, you've got to be, as a business owner, you've got to be mindful for what the patterns and the trends are, and go. And
there's some fantastic low and no's in our region now. You know, you look at what Twice Brewed are doing; they've got 3 in their range now.
But you've still got that.
You know, you don't need
commercial argument to the punter. I hear all. You know, I sit in the middle of all these arguments all the time, and I understand the process and how these things are made. But the amount of people you still hear, they'll buy a 0 alcohol or a low alcohol beer. Why does it cost the same? What?
Yeah.
Why has it got no alcohol?
Because it's got all these expensive hops in it. That's why.
Just 2 pence.
They're not easy to brew well.
Extracting something and it extracts the cost out of it. You know?
I've got a good brand title for it. The Designated Driver. That's what it's called.
There you are. Perfect. Take that one down. Yeah, brilliant.
Just park that
We
one
have
away.
one when you come, and you know when you bring people to the brewery tap, then you go. We have one for you guys who are driving everybody tonight. Designated driver.
I'm surprised. That's a great idea. I'm surprised no one's done that. Yeah. I'll write that one
Yeah,
down.
look at it.
I'll write that one
Stroke
down.
the beard and everything. There you
We're looking for a bit of alliteration as well.
It's stupid idea as well. I'm here for that. My skill set.
Or do you just throw it up in the air? The first person that catches it, you're like, right,
it's
that's you,
kinda-
sorry.
It just pops into your head. It's one of those. That's how we operate. It just comes in there. Go right. How do we work around that thing that we've just created? That title. Yeah. But it's interesting, though, isn't it? It's kind of the way everything's changed and the way kind of cultures change and stuff like that. And you never see it coming.
No.
You really don't see it coming. But everyone's like, I mean, can you imagine getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning to be in the gym for 6 o'clock? And then to grind and then be home by 7. And
Don't
then
need to. I've got a brewery.
But
Hefton Sack's the greatest.
Yeah.
No, hold on, you're a cold water swimmer. That's your excuse. You still do that?
I still do that.
I still do that.
Yeah.
So whereabouts do you go when you're up in the sticks? Have you got a lake on top?
Looks freezing when I see a picture.
We live on a farm, right? And the farmer kindly dug some ponds at the top, didn't he? I say they're my ponds.
I don't think they put them in
They're
for
my
you
ponds. They're actually
specifically.
wildlife ponds, aren't they? There must have been some stewardship grant or something, so they're wildlife ponds. But they freeze solid, like it's amazing. So you can just get your axe out, dig a little hole, and it's perfect space for dipping.
I had visions
Beautiful.
of you pushing a cow to one side and getting in where with the drink, the troughs.
Breaking the axe on the wall.
Nature's ice bath. It's nature's ice bath. I don't know why, because you mentioned farm, and I'm like, them big troughs that they dig water out of. The big
like a fully
steel
sized human
drum
gets
thing,
it. Is that what you thought?
Full adult.
We had
attractive. No, I only go up there when it's really cold, when it's
Okay.
icy, because they're not they're not swimming. They're not swimming places. But we like the River Coquet, don't we? The River Reed.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at me. I'm a little bit more fair weather than you.
Yeah.
I don't know. You got in the sea on Christmas Day.
I did get in
didn't
the sea
you?
on Christmas. Yeah.
Where did you go?
We were at Pembrokeshire, down with family for Christmas.
We made a pact on the way down. We were down there for 5 days. We said we'll get in every day. We'll go swimming in the sea every day, and we did, didn't we? We were Christmas
Hell of a lot
Day,
warmer
8
the sea
a.m.
though, than the rivers.
Is that
The
why
rivers
you
are
went down
cold.
there?
I love it when it's cold.
Well, we had Red Nose Celtic. We had a business meeting, didn't we? It was a while ago now. When we went to a business meeting, do you remember going
we're
wild
at Papa
swimming?
Hoff, weren't we? Yeah.
Quick little meeting while we're swimming, and she knows that I'll just go, yeah, I agree.
He just agreed to
strategy.
everything
Good
that I was
strategy.
suggesting.
Quick
It's like,
5
just
minute
sign
meeting.
on the dotted line there with your shivering hands, Sam.
That's a
Good
good
to
idea.
focus the mind.
Oh.
Very good to focus the mind.
The 3-minute meeting. That's a new,
It's a good idea.
that's a new
It is a new
podcast idea.
We did have an
yeah.
idea we'd do a podcast in the sea.
We did, because we're going to go in with Chris Nicholas from Ice Guys. We're going to do an interview in the sea together. But
That's on the
it's like
That's
it is still on the cards. But I'm like, right, who's going to film this thing? It's like
Who's going to do the sound without getting blown up? Like,
You see some GoPros.
technical challenges. Yeah.
I know, but that's the thing. It's like getting there. It's like,
That'd
right,
be cool.
okay, how do you do that?
I think you overthink that just to get out of it.
Need a drone thing? No, definitely not. Because we've got the oddballs pants. We're going to wear those, won't we? So
You should do the sauna and dip down at Colour Coats.
Oh, I did the one in
Yeah.
Seat and Sluice. Is it?
So
Oh, it's
good.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Love it.
I was talking about saunas the other day. Yeah. So in
Yeah.
the gym talking about
We do.
saunas. Yeah. No, I was talking to Joe's brother. So yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, but
Off on a
you're right.
tangent.
I mean, that gym culture it's massive now, isn't it?
But it's huge.
And that conversation 20 years ago, and we're like, what are you talking about?
It
Yeah.
just opens my eyes because I'm looking at it from like an old fella point of view, and I'm seeing all these young people, and they gravitate to each other, and you can see the pockets and the cliques, but they're all help each other and one up each other. Some are going in from jiu-jitsu, and then they'll do a thing, then they'll do that, and then some are off to Germany to do a high rocks competition on a weekend. They're doing that. That's what they're spending the time and the money on. It's doing this. But because of those things, it's done in pairs. And it's not like the elite athlete can do it. It's an every person can do it.
Right.
Yeah.
So someone's created this thing where you can actually do it together with a friend, and they can train in the gym to do this competition just because it's a nice thing to do. And then it's got the travel aspect involved. I
Fantastic,
break it down and I
yeah.
see how
Isn't
this
it?
operates. I'm like, I like that.
Yeah.
And it's really good. And it's
It's
kind
a
of created a
positive way to
culture.
socialise, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
And they're all turning up
and
same
also
time every
mutual
day.
support, like you're saying, you're bigging somebody else up, you're kind of
Yeah.
helping somebody else on their journey
Yeah.
to get that improvement that they want,
Yeah.
or achieve that thing that
Yeah.
they want to do.
Because when you're working in
Yeah.
pairs as well, it's an incentive for you to go, and it helps you in the
Mm.
gym when you're kind of struggling. There's a group of you kind of helping each other along.
There's no knocking that if there's solid friendship there, and
And they all support
and
each
healthy
other.
as well, isn't it? You know,
It's sound like you guys might be the same, but the kind of the sort of the popularity of run club culture now, and they're doing it from breweries,
Well,
from
you've got one
coffee
from,
shops.
you've got one
Yeah.
from First and Last.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've got one from
Full
there.
circle.
There's people running around.
Yeah.
Full circle. You saw people running around with buggies and that the other day.
Yeah.
And dogs on
Absolutely,
leads at like
yeah.
7 o'clock.
Well, they've
at
got the
night.
they're
whole
doing
balance thing going
Exactly.
on, haven't they? The whole campaign about balance.
Who's this, sorry?
Full Circle. It's
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah.
It's just about, beer has its place in amongst all of these other
yeah.
wonderful
That-
things in life.
Exactly.
Yeah, it brings people together. It is that social
There's an
lubricant,
idea in
but
that. There's definitely- maybe we need a sort of brewery gym, and they could come and lift the casks and
They can
lift the
cut-
bags of grain.
Oh,
and,
hey,
Build
hey.
the
they
beer.
come and weed the blooming the beer garden as well. I'm
Northumberland's
going to set
strongest
up a
drinker.
gardening club.
You call it build and last.
Build and blast.
burst and blast.
No, I mean it's nice to see that beer, is built into that in a positive way.
But
because obviously alcohol is it has its downsides as well. We've all got to be mindful of that, haven't we? That there's so many good things about having a pint and sharing a pint with friends in a pub, but having that as part of a balanced life and it being something to be happy about rather
It's
than
because I mean, are we calling it like a reward thing, or is it not a reward thing? But they're kind of rewarding themselves with it because they'll have like cakes and stuff, and they celebrate people's birthdays, and then they'll do a run club from each individual local business, different every month. It's all helping each other, like you're talking about. Do you know what I mean? You're all leveling up each other, helping each other out. But it just puts like when there's 40 people turning up on a Saturday morning and then having a bacon sarnie after they've done a 5K.
yeah.
That's a good balance there.
Yeah.
And they're all like, everyone's at a different kind of level. Everyone's different shapes, sizes, everyone, but they're all doing the same thing. That's a good thing to say.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you're bringing your own individual kind of ideas to this club.
Comes back to that thing of community as well.
Yeah.
They've all got a
Yeah.
reason to be there.
It's brilliant.
Multiple reasons to be there.
But then they bring families and they bring dogs, and then you see the kids coming through, and
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? So you can see how that's filtering through. I'm just fascinated to see where it's going to go, because it's the first time I've ever seen that kind of thing. And what's that going to be like in 20 years?
Yeah.
And they post every picture on social media, so it's using that definitely in a healthy way, promoting businesses along the way as well.
Absolutely.
You know? So,
If you're doing
yeah.
your kind of route via several different pubs that people haven't come across before, that's
great.
amazing. Yeah.
But it is good. It's helping each other out, and I do like that. So that's
like
exactly where where we
pub
want.
crawl, isn't it?
But it is. But, yeah,
Drinking
well, that's what
club
we're
with a
trying to
running
do,
problem. Yeah.
It's a great
I think somebody's already
club with a
using.
running problem.
I think somebody's already doing it. I came across it somewhere. Can't remember
That
where.
is brilliant.
Someone coined that one.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a kind of it's the kind of at the end of it, and everyone's chatting, having a laugh because you feel good. The endorphins are going, and then you can kind of have that little treat at the end, and that's great. Then on the night you can do music, and then you bring bands. So it's like this kind of night and day kind of thing as well, isn't it? You
Yeah,
can double
absolutely,
up on that.
and very intergenerational as well. You know, that's one of the things I love about the tap room is it's all ages. You know, and it's
Yeah.
all backgrounds. Literally, all you've got retired teachers, and you know, like.
That's what I've always loved
and then you've
about
got your
pub
farming
culture.
community, and you've got your younger people who are finding their way in life, and you know, into their first jobs, and you've got everybody just one big smush all together.
Yeah.
There we go. It's the first time I've smacked it.
That's all right.
I'm surprised I got this far. I'm so clumsy.
I grew up in Lancashire, but I'm sure it's the same everywhere. That pub culture I absolutely loved, where you're drinking. I mean, that first pint, it was disgusting.
It was.
It was absolutely disgusting, but I wanted to be there. Everyone was there, and you're chatting, not just with your mates. The guy at the bar's chatting to you as well, and there was it was very cross-generational.
But it was made ritualistic, wasn't it, when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Like your first, it's on there. First pint.
First pint.
It was because it was made
we
into a
used to
thing. It
drink
was built
it
up.
in the ship-in, didn't we? And
What it used to be called?
the blood tub.
the
The blood tub. It was called the blood tub for
What
a
a name.
reason. It was by the canal. It was like proper rough. It's got a bit gentrified now. Have you been in?
Extremely, yeah.
They serve everything
Lovely.
on slates.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
What?
I know, it's changed a lot. It's a good pub though.
Still a good pub. But I
So
love
what's
that.
next for you guys then? Where's
What's
it heading?
next?
Yeah. What are you working on at the minute? That's exciting. That nobody knows about. You can tell us about.
I've got another idea. Get ice baths outside. You can bring that in. You can-
absolutely.
That's not, yeah, you'd be up for that, wouldn't you?
I want big fire pits.
I think we were
Haven't told you about that
quite
one.
we were quite shocked quite recently to go. We're 10 years old this year. 2026 is 10 years for the
Is that
first
10
of
years?
us.
Really?
Yeah, and it doesn't feel 10 years. Part of that'll be maybe the COVID break in the middle. We still feel quite
I think,
young.
yeah, and the first couple
as a
of years, well, the
business.
first year and a half, we didn't have a brewery either. So we incorporated the business. We started brewing in the September, didn't we?
Cuckoo Brewing.
Yeah. So we were using other people's brew kit to kind of get into those pubs and build that business before we could actually take the jump into full-time employment with our business, weren't we? So
Yeah, I
that
think
was
it's a
bit of
common model. It's sort of
yeah.
brewing casks of beer, take into a pub and go, is this all right? You know, would you stock this?
Yeah.
And there's at least 2 of those pubs we've been supplying for 10 years now. It's
consistently
great.
every week. It's great,
Absolutely
isn't it?
fantastic.
Yeah.
And then this is what we were saying before, then having the confidence to go, right, now we'll invest in this brewery now. We know we've got a product that people will take. So it has been, there's the analogy there. It has been, for me, like getting into cold water. You know, you put your ankles in, swear a little bit, and then go a little bit further up to my knees.
He makes new swear words up.
I get Tourette's when I
Any
get into the cold water.
Unrepeatable.
write them on the wall if you want.
Most of them. Oh my god.
Yeah.
No, so the first year
Not
and
to
a
go
half
around.
was kind of like that tentative slow start, wasn't it? 2016, 2017. Then 2018 we got a brew kit of our own.
Sure. Yeah.
Because we've got the site and everything in Elsdon. So 10 years we were talking about new things, not old things.
Yeah, so in our infinite wisdom, well, how do we celebrate 10 years? And we ummed and ahed about it, so we're doing 10
Thought
beers.
about having a party, didn't we? Which
Sure,
we're going to
we'll
do
have a party
anyway. But
So we thought we'll do 10 beers for 10 years because it rhymes.
Yeah.
So it had to be.
Great starting point.
Yeah,
isn't it?
exactly.
For
Sam had
anything
this
that rhymes.
brilliant
you gotta do
idea.
it.
And
So
then
it's
it's like, but by the way, Reg, you still need to like brew more cores than we brewed last year, but you still need to do 10 new beers as well.
So that's going to dominate this year without a doubt. So 10 new unique beers. And what the idea behind each of those is we want them to be new and unique. We want them to really play into our sort of our values and ethos of the business. So we released one last week with the first pour at the Free Trade in Newcastle.
Yeah.
Again, bit of a dream.
Yeah, it's 10 minutes away from here.
Yeah.
That was a honey beer in partnership with Northumberland Honey Company.
Yeah, they're
Lovely.
good guys
Lovely.
down there. So
Linking
they
into
Love
a
what they're
local
doing.
product, linking into another business who again are about 10 years old, I think, Luke and Cece.
I think so. But they brewed with their
Also make fantastic
caramelized
mead, by the way.
caramelized
Oh,
honey.
yeah,
Their mead's
absolutely.
amazing. Yeah.
And have you
We're
had
gonna do a
the sort of
wildflower
honey
one as well, aren't we,
champagne as
then?
well?
Yes.
Wildflower honey.
Oh, it's incredible.
Good stuff, yeah. So we've got another 9 beers to come out this year. All of them working in with
See the stress flash across your
Better get
Did you see that?
grafting. No, the next one's for International Women's Day. That'll be nice.
Ooh.
Might squeeze a sour in before then, depending on
I love a sour.
tank availability.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've got lots of good ideas.
So that's certainly going to dominate this year.
Yeah. And they're all either working with another Northumberland business in collaboration. So we want to do a double chocolate stout, don't we, with Meraki, because we do a lot of markets with Meraki chocolate. So we...
It's so nice that you mention people that we know,
Okay.
we all the community, you know.
Yeah.
Well, we
know
do
them.
several markets with Vicky, and you're chatting, standing there in the freezing cold, trying to sell beer, and chocolate, and it's like, well, the chat gets going, doesn't it? So there's and Northumberland Honey Company as well. We also do a couple of markets alongside them. So it's just nice. Those chats are actually turning into beers this year, and then we've got a couple of community brews. International Women's Day is one. So be local folks coming in, but also other brewers, females in the industry. And then we're going to do a big community brew in the summer, aren't we? Which will be chaos. But we're hoping everybody will bring their gardening tools and come and help us with the
What a
beer
great
garden at
idea.
the same time. It's like, oh, well, it's just mashing for an hour. Let's spade, let's do some weeding.
Yes.
So, so that should be
I'm going to
fun.
get my house decorated.
Yeah.
Pop round, only a couple of hours, big sandwiches, pick that roller up with it.
Do some graft. Get
Shovel in a
grafting.
shandy.
And then we're going to
Shovelly.
do an organic beer as well, aren't we?
Yeah, so we've got lots of plans. I'm trying to think in my head what all
When
the
will that
plans are.
set
We
be
all
complete?
just link into
Have you got a
community or
you've got a timescale
sustainability.
in terms of when the whole set of those 10 beers will be done.
At Christmas.
Like
Yeah,
Christmas.
we'll do,
It'll
the
all
final
be done
release
by
will be
then.
November.
Yeah, but we're going to release them as they go through the year. We did think about doing like a mixed pack of 10, and actually we'll want them to be drunk like boom, 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 fresh. So, we will do a kind of mixed pack of some kind, but it won't be all 10 because I'm sure they'll have sold out, the ones that we're brewing kind of now.
Yeah.
We're not too fussed about that, are we?
This is your first to camera. Where can we get these beers?
So that's our big
I'm
focus
actually
at the moment.
asking for a friend.
From our website, from our home delivery service, drop them off to your door for free. No, it's an exciting year because there's loads to play with, and loads of lovely kind of people to work alongside as well. So there's loads of collaborations in there and lots of nice ingredient and some new foraged beers, which I'm not going to tell you about because they're a secret yet. And it depends on whether we can.
Yeah, we've got
Get enough
plans, but
juniper.
not everything's in, is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're at that point now where we're just realising, what on earth are we just
Why
we're
did
committed?
we just put a number on
Why do
it?
you walk out of here?
Yeah,
Did
the
you say we're
design's
gonna
got
do some more
numbers on the
forage beer? Oh, I said it on the podcast.
We have to do it now.
10 recipes, and there's all of the social media that goes around it. There's all of the, there's 10 unique label designs, and it's quite a big thing. But
You want
so
to do
keep
the
us
whole
on our
little
toes.
video capture, don't you, for each one as well?
Yeah, there's going to
and
be a QR code on each of the cans that links into a
just-
video
it's
to that
sinking
beer.
in. We had this great idea, and now we have to do it on top of running.
It's all everything
the
else.
normal,
Doing the
you
beer is
know?
probably the easy part. It's 80% of everything else that comes with it, isn't it?
I
Yeah.
mentioned to Ben from Full Circle and to Daisy. Remember Daisy?
Yeah.
I'd love to see an exhibition of beer art.
Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah.
And I mentioned it in the group a few years ago and it didn't land very well, I think, because everybody's so busy. But I thought just all the breweries telling their stories through their labels
Yeah.
at an event of beer art, I think could be really something
be
quite
fantastic.
interesting.
Yeah, I think that could be really nice,
Exhibition.
actually. Yeah.
Like you press a button, kind of, the voice comes out. That kind of thing.
No, like the actual labels, because some of them are just fantastic.
Well, Claire from
Some of
Brewery.
the
Do
artwork
you know
is-
Claire from
Yeah, I
Brewery?
know-
Do you
yeah, I
remember?
know Claire.
So, I mean, she does such amazing work. Just like these special, it's art,
Yes,
isn't it?
it is.
It's-
I've got 3 sets of cufflinks from Claire.
Have you? Oh, amazing.
Which breweries, do you know?
It was. Oh, you've put us on a spot now.
You'll have to ask her. Check the back. Along the northeast ones, Chris.
Oh, there was.
That's fine.
There
There
was.
we go.
I deliberately picked them for that reason.
Yeah, I thought you might have done. Good.
Begins with a C. Oh, I can't remember.
Just while you're thinking of that,
Begins with an A, B, C,
Yeah.
D.
something in between there. E&Z.
Colour coats.
Yeah. It wasn't colour codes, no.
We skirted across an important thing, Chris. There was a band name in there.
Which one?
Tank availability.
Tank availability.
Tank
we
availability.
do this every podcast. We've got this running
It's in
roll
your heads
call of
now.
fictional band
Fictional
names.
band
Right,
names.
We've got some
okay.
fantastic ones. And I mean, about 40. Then we play a little game. We're like, what does the lead singer look like? What sort of music
What
do they play?
genre? And yeah.
Like, so we had one from the John Curtley podcast, Water Wheel Rotisserie.
Nice one.
What kind of music would they play?
It sounds...
I think they're quite Fleetwood Mac.
Water wheel rotisserie.
I do, yeah. I
I'm
think
thinking a bit more ambient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking like,
Yeah, like Daft Punk.
I went to
like
sort of
German
Japanese
vibe or
funk.
something.
Yeah.
Tank availability.
what does tank availability play?
Yeah.
Death metal.
Yeah.
No, it's kind of like electro pop. Do you know what I mean? So, but
Donk.
you never see the
It could be
face. Do
donk.
you know what I mean? They're always just dressed
Like-
up.
like
something.
Daft Punk,
Like Daft Punk. Yeah. So it's like, yeah. So
Have you
it's
ever
the faceless
have you seen
band.
that game on the internet? Is it death metal band or IKEA furniture?
Oh no, that's
It's
a
so
great
much
name.
fun.
Yeah.
And
all
you
of the-
pretty much
you know all of the
consistently,
IKEA
it's
furniture
pretty-
names.
Yeah.
They
Or a death
some of them
metal
sound like
Halstead.
death-
Or
Yeah,
something like that.
exactly. It's a great game. So it gives it you, and you have to
It's
say
actually quite hard.
whether it's a sync or whether it's a finished
The
death
thing
metal
is,
band.
It changes how you see it because we said the same thing about Halstead.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
how you say the word completely changes the idea of the word, isn't it? So if you go Halstead, it's a different thing than just Halstead. So, yeah. I'm going to go through that now. I'm just going to be scrolling later on. Well, that's a
Just
good one.
Google it.
That's
It's
a good
great.
one.
It's
That's
a
a
good
one.
little fun thing
Yeah.
to do.
That must be good if you're kind of struggling for a band name. You just go and past the IKEA.
We've got loads, we've got great ones.
Do you fancy tripping IKEA?
Only if
band
you're into
name.
death metal.
Oh. Well, Landon.
Well, let's go at the menu. Should we just do that because we're here already? I think we need to.
Yeah.
We need to ask them both because they might not pick this one.
You could be brand adjacent and say, what is your first and last pint? Looking back and looking forward. It's a bit like last meal.
That
I like
is, it's last meal, right?
Combined with the first pint.
So we usually give this to people, but not yet. I'm going to keep it. So first beer and last beer.
The first beer you ever had, and what would
Guinness.
you had?
Was it Guinness?
it really?
The first one was Guinness.
It was Guinness.
Really?
Yeah.
How old were you, Red?
How old?
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I think I was 14.
Yeah,
That's
tracks.
hard in, like, pint of Guinness
Not
at 14
bad.
years
14
old.
Is
tracks
that
in,
bad?
yeah,
Southport.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was going out with this guy who was an army cadet. So and just in pubs in Southport, bit dodge, serving
refined.
obviously underage short girls. But he was into his Guinness, so Guinness was the first one.
Quite a
And-
refined pint for a 14-year-old.
well, it's just because that
Wasn't
was
like
what he was
Foster's.
drinking.
What
He
we
was a bit
had.
older. He was a bit
so I'll
older
give it
than
a
me.
try because it was there.
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
that
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
thing,
yeah.
wasn't it? Yeah.
I do like a Guinness. I like the ritual around Guinness, the aesthetic around
Yeah,
it,
I
and
do.
the loyalty. Like Guinness drinkers are very.
I did-
Then if you go to
I have
Ireland,
to say
though,
at 14
you try
I did-
Murphy's or Beamish.
Yeah, they're great
nicer
pints.
pints.
Yeah, great
I like
pints.
the Murphys.
I like the Murphys
I do
as
like
well.
the Murphys.
But I'm a sucker for that. I mean, especially do it in Ireland. You know, where you order it and then sit down because you'd be waiting 15 or
Yeah.
20 minutes. I love that ritual around it and that waiting.
Yeah.
I mean, never
Order
had
6 at once.
I
then,
don't
and
think there was very
Yeah.
much ritual in Southport, to be honest.
Well, no,
I really
maybe not
don't
when you're
like
14, that's-
Dodgy
Was it
bars.
high it down
and-
your neck?
Yeah, it was. Well, I didn't really enjoy it because it was only because he was drinking it. I just wanted to look cool, really.
I used to have a terrible habit of putting a shot of port into a pint of Guinness.
What's that called?
I don't know. But when I opened a restaurant, I started making ice cream with it as well.
Guinness,
I'm gonna go
Guinness,
for
and,
look,
Guinness
Guinness
and
and
Black
Port
was a
is a-
thing.
I'm going to name it.
It's black, I think,
It's a
but it's-
Jewett.
It's a Jewett. Yeah.
Guinness and
Fisherman's
Guinness
friend,
and Port.
Guinness and
Classy.
Port. Yeah.
Yeah.
For the refined gentleman. Right, so that was your first.
My last
Yeah,
pint
last.
was a pint of honey. Had it last night at the Border Reaver event.
That's our new honey beer.
Yeah.
Well done.
Served them nicely, actually. It's good.
Very nice.
And what was surprising was because it's the new beer on the bar, because we've only just got it at the tap room, I was like, there's only, because we put it on sale on Monday and it just went, didn't it? So we've only got one cask
Really?
in our own tap room. It's like, damn, this was bad planning.
Yeah.
But I was saying that to people and everybody was on it. So I was like, oh, it'll have half gone by now. But
stuff.
yeah, a lot of the Equinox drinkers had moved over to it just to try it while it was still there. So yeah, but did enjoy that last night.
How about yourself? Sam?
My
What's
first
your
pint is going to be. Oh, it's tough to remember. a while ago now.
It's a long time.
It is. It would have been, I'm sure, at the Ship. The pub we were talking about.
They did all right,
in
cask
Lancashire.
pints. Yeah,
and it would have been a cask pint of there. It would have been something pale, and I wouldn't have enjoyed it. But I would have enjoyed the ritual around it. But
What's the age range? Because obviously we all used to go into pubs pre-18 because we could get away with it.
yeah,
So what age are you?
I would have been 18.
18.
Yeah, I would have been. I would have
that
fretted
your
about
official?
trying to get certain.
Really?
I think you've told me this before.
Yeah. Well,
I was a bit shocked. I was like,
so I would have been remember that, and then I didn't drink then until I
You were
was
teetotal?
until I was about 24, 25.
Okay,
maybe,
so it
maybe a
wasn't for
little
you,
earlier
no?
than that.
Okay.
It was.
So you grew into drinking.
I drove into
Yeah.
it, I think. Was the honest truth. It took me about 2 weeks of us going out.
Perhaps. And look at us now. Yeah. Now we're in a
You
brewery.
were teetotal for 7 years, weren't you?
Yeah, round about
just
that.
meet him and go, I'm going to
Don't know
open a
whether
brew with
that's
this
a good
man.
thing.
I will convert you.
Love at first pour. Yeah.
That's interesting. I mean, I know a few people who are like completely teetotal, but coming to it later in life, it's usually you go straight away because your mates do it. It's a social thing, isn't it?
I think I went in quite heavy, not with beer, but I think it was that sort of 90s drinking culture. I think, and I went in quite heavy for 6 months or a year, and I was like, nah, I'll not indulge in this.
Yeah.
And so all through uni, I was dry.
Oh, really? Okay.
That's really, really quite unique.
Quite weird,
Yeah.
isn't it?
That,
It's
yeah.
quite weird.
I want to say it's weird. Like I respect that because it must have been hard because you were in amongst it all the time.
Yeah.
Or were you? Were you a friendship group kind of?
Yeah. To going out clubbing and to see gigs and stuff. But you just it becomes a habit, doesn't it? I guess.
You know what you needed then? The designated driver.
Yeah, absolutely. So all I would have had then was Caliper Drive.
Yeah.
No,
There
I was
probably
a
no
black
choice
currant of
back then.
water,
Yeah,
man.
it was a black currant.
Saved.
You were
a lot
sitting
of
with a
money, though.
cordial, yeah.
fair.
Oh yeah, you did.
Maybe a few brain cells as well.
Yeah, maybe a liver.
Maybe not.
Still.
And then my
Still got a
last
young
one,
liver.
Yeah.
my last one was a honey beer, not all honey beer. So we quite often do this thing. If we're brewing a new beer or a new style of beer, I'll buy in a few.
Yeah.
You know, because you're quite.
Like
Even-
benchmarking, sort of like.
Yeah, absolutely. And even if you pick a style of beer, say you're going to brew a Hefeweizen, now they're all broad categories. You know, there's a lot of. So we knew we were brewing with honey. I brought in a few honey beers, didn't I? So I had a honey beer the other night.
Is it Hive?
Hive Mind down in
Yeah.
Wales. I had one of their honey coffee stouts. It was very nice. So that was the last beer I had a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
Quite enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Intrigued. Right.
Transfer.
Do you not have to answer the questions as well?
Oh, no.
No? Oh. I thought we could turn the table.
I mean, well, we
First and
can. We
last
probably
pints.
mentioned this. We probably mentioned this at some point in time. But I think it was I nicked a can of my dad's. I think it was either Skull or McEwen's. I think it was an orange can back then because it
was-
changed to blue, didn't it? It was something
Orange
like that, yeah.
cans
Orange
were
cans.
because you had Castlemine 4X as well.
It wasn't a
Era of
Castlemere because
Skull,
that was like
McEwen's.
wasn't Castlemere for it. I think it was a Skull or a McEwen's. I can't remember, but it was one of them that you just wanted to try. They go where you give it a whirl, you know. So I don't know, 14, something like that.
Enjoyable?
No,
No.
but you got through it.
Yeah.
But I think what I did transition
It's a
to
matter
was
of
the
pride,
cider
isn't it?
era. And then I think through the main staple of the drinking side of the 17s and upwards, we went for diesels, snake bites.
Yeah.
We mixed the drinks
Yeah.
because that's what you're supposed to do back then.
There was,
Mix your
there was a
drinks.
lot of that, and it
Yeah.
was awful,
It
wasn't
was.
it? When you just
It
think,
was,
why
yeah.
were we drinking this?
That period that I was talking about,
And
red witches,
Yeah, well, it's also you can.
10 times the
Pernod
hangover as
cider
well.
and blackcurrant.
It was brutal.
I think you're trying to kind of create your own alcopop back then by putting the blackcurrant in a
But it was
pint.
like-
Yeah.
It was
Era.
that.
I don't think it was an age thing. It was era. Like if you went to a working men's club,
Yeah.
I remember like my granddad's mate
Pint of
ordered a
diesel,
pint of
like.
snake bite,
Snake
and get this, a rum and peppermint cordial.
Oh my goodness!
Ready? to sort out any indigestion.
Just layer it on.
Rum and
I'll
peppermint.
have a pint of steak plate and a rum and
And a
pep.
packet of polos.
You're trying to preempt the indigestion.
Rum and peppermint, just to set my
my
stomach.
God.
Set my stomach. It's mad, isn't it? I remember a mate of mine, his mum used to make him drink a pint, like some milk before he went out with the lads. I'm like,
Line the stomach.
I would.
line the
Yeah.
stomach.
Yeah, lay the stomach, yeah.
madness, yeah.
My mum used to say that.
Make it curdle later.
Yeah.
Why not? You know, it's
Oh,
not
don't
going to
say-
help, is it?
I once read.
But he was small, he was always levelled.
6 years ago, we had a New Year's Eve party, and we were making making cocktails at like 2 o'clock in the morning. But we were making White Russians,
Yeah, I love a white
right?
Russian.
Oh, I love a White Russian as well. But then I made whiskey sours at 4 o'clock in the morning, and it's like
On top of
my
the White Russian.
my mate's stomach curdled.
Oh,
Yeah, his wife threw him out the house the next day. Not forever, just for the afternoon.
just till he got rid of it all.
Yeah.
You know what you have? You have certain memories of kind of going through all of this. I think we went to our school, when we went to our last year of school disco, right? You know, this wasn't proms, this was school disco. We all went out, we got bottles of 2020 and brown ale, that was the usual order, right? Because we could get served, because we all had like little tashes and sideburns and that. So we could we went to the school party at
MD
I
16 drunk.
2020.
was just 2020.
Which colour? Because they
2020.
weren't flavours really, they were
Orange,
just
no, it was
colours.
orange, yeah, it's colour. Can I have
I
orange
used to like the red,
2020
which
in there?
yeah.
I thought
Two
the red
bottles of brown.
was too sick.
Yeah. It was that was the standard. That would get you just through the night enough, you know.
Yeah.
And it's probably like a tenner or something. You get
Did you
away
not do
with that.
Kestrel Super Strength?
No, we didn't. We went for, if you really want to go to town,
that
you would go
licorice.
like Scrumpy Jack. So you go Scrumpy Jack or White Lightning, which was
White
awful.
Lightning.
Yeah, White
Oh,
Lightning.
no,
Nice to get old
that
English.
is
Castaway, White Lightning, Blastaway. It were just all of
Yeah.
these things, the
Got away
mixing of
easily
the
with
drinks
my-
again.
Yeah.
Mixed
Guinness,
on
I
the
think,
drinks.
is a big thing in the army,
Yeah.
really.
Culture's changed, hasn't it? It's no
Yeah.
bad thing. It's no bad thing at all.
It's not.
No.
There's a lot more sophistication.
Well, I mean,
think.
we've got teenage kids, haven't we? And they're just, it's completely different outlook now. They're
Yeah.
just not doing what we used to do as teenagers, which I'm quite glad about, really.
Yeah.
You know, not having to manage all of that.
Sure.
I think we just figured it out.
I said that
The-
you
the-
didn't have the kids. You get critical of them, then you think, hold on a minute.
I know.
When I was your age,
Yeah.
I think we're getting away lately.
We
Definitely.
do, but I think we lived in the fear of getting caught. So we always helped each other out and we never got caught. Like trying to fake going in drunk on a Friday night was quite a skill. It was quite a
Your
skill
fate,
set, wasn't it?
Did you have a way?
No, you've got
approach?
it right because it depends where your staircase is in your house, isn't it? So do you hang around too long and you just get straight up them
Straight
stairs?
up.
Straight up
Straight
them
up.
stairs, isn't
Yeah.
it? So you want to get away from the adult in the room as quick as possible.
But did you practice sentences that had certain like amount of vowels or consonants in it so that you knew you could say the thing?
Oh no, well, you
And what
just
am I
This
gonna
was too
say?
much
You
forward
just-
thinking.
Oh, I did. I used to go in and go.
Well, you
I
tend-
know my mum's going to talk to me, so I need to say. I need to be on the front
Clear it
foot.
up, yes.
I need to say
Yeah.
something like, "It was a great night. I'm just really tired." That
Yeah,
I knew I could
yeah,
say,
yeah.
and then get it out, and then you can walk past and go straight upstairs.
yeah.
He's got a strategy.
Oh, I had a
I never.
strategy.
it's complete
I just
strategy.
fell asleep
Strategy.
in my friend's bath.
Yeah.
I remember my mum prodding me like all the next morning. She wouldn't let me fall asleep. I was like, oh, which pain. She wouldn't let me fall asleep. She just kept prodding my arm.
Suffer the hangover.
Yeah, exactly.
What's
Suffer
a-
it all the way through.
What's your worst hangover, Red?
I think it was that one where my
that
mum
one?
was honestly my bruise on my arm. She was just like that. No, you're not falling
hangover?
asleep.
In the bath?
You're going to see the consequences through, is
Yeah.
what she said.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, live through this. Yeah, you created it. You live with it. Yeah.
I don't
How
wanna
about
think
you,
about
Sam?
it.
What's your worst
I don't do
hangover?
hangovers.
No, you
you
don't do
not?
hangovers.
No, I mean, I have had hangovers, but I think it's that not drinking till about 25 or maybe a little bit earlier. I have had hangovers, absolutely, but they're just not pleasant, so I just stay away from them.
Have you got a cap?
So
You
jealous.
cap it at 5 or something.
Yeah, I'm not a good drunk in the sense that yeah, I'm sitting next to
No, we can't miss that out.
yeah.
It's like
Zoom in,
belligerent Sam comes out of his box and raises his head.
I really don't like being out of control. So I'll get to a level where I know I've got to sort of rein it in. I've always had this thing. I've got to know where I am. I've got to know how to get back. To
We have this
Right.
thing in our
hotel
family
room or
called
something.
Sam Nav, so we don't have sat nav, but
So
Sam
there's a
Nav
bit of me that goes,
makes
right,
us get home to whichever.
I've got to
city,
stop it
hotel
now so
we're-
we can get home to wherever we're going to be.
Definitely, I'm like going
But
the
I
wrong
have-
way
well,
down the street in Manchester.
The one that springs to mind
Always
would
gets
be splitting a bottle of port with a group of mates at Christmas and not, port's a hard hitter.
Oh, it
isn't
is a hard hitter.
I do like a
It's
port.
a slow one as well.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
goes deep.
It's like red wine, but
It feels
worse.
like your eyeballs have just been shriveled.
The next
to, like,
day was
zero
that was tough.
liquid.
It's that because you always remember the drink of the thing was the worst hangover. You always remember that.
Yeah,
Because that's caused that.
Yeah.
You know? So
Yeah.
what about you, Chris? What was your worst hangover? It's going to be a great one. This
Quite a
one.
few.
This is as good as the tartan trouser story.
No, it's not a good story. It's a terrible story. I was
Now
in a
I'm
bar
intrigued.
as an adult, actually,
Right.
and I was jet lagged, and I was in Thailand, and I was about, I don't know, 29, 30, and it was a long flight, right? And I got to the hotel, and the next day I had to go. I was doing food supply chain stuff. So I was going to meet a rice supplier the next day. I was thinking, I've got to stay awake because if I fall asleep, that's game over. I'll be awake all night into the next day. So I got to the hotel.
I'll drink all
in
day.
Bangkok, right? Well,
Strategy.
That's the
but
logical.
it was like, I'm going to call it, right, accidental. Right, I went into the hotel, right, it was about 8 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't check in. I'd been on, I don't know, it was like 14-hour flight. Newcastle to Dubai to Bangkok.
Crikey.
And I was really clean then as well, slim. And I go to the gym. I'll go there, I'll go to the gym, I'll go to the pool. I'll go back to the room for a little bit, but I won't fall asleep. I'll get something to eat. No. Well, I got to the room and I was just flat out. And I woke up, I think, maybe 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And anyway, I went downstairs to this. It was so bizarre, the hotel. It was just a clash of a million different cultures. And this guy who's just, he had like, I think it was a Newcastle game or something on the TV in this hotel. And this guy just got this bottle of, it was Thai whiskey. And he just kept on pouring my glass, just constant. And I don't know how much, I must have drank a bottle of whiskey, sitting with this guy out. And I went upstairs. Do you know when you get sort of delayed drunk? I was completely sober, went to bed, went upstairs. I was like, this jet lag's really bad. I feel all right. Had a glass of water, did the normal things. Then I woke up the next morning, hammered. It wasn't even a hangover. It was a drunk over. I woke up and I was like, oh, shit. I had to go downstairs and meet the supplier.
Function. Yeah. Oh, God.
And my watch was like 3 minutes until they arrived. So I got in the shower. I tried to sober myself up. And then I had to spend all day wearing sunglasses and just saying that I was jet lagged.
Hot and
And I was
humid,
just
hot and humid country as well.
In the middle of the countryside, right? Took me out of Bangkok, into the countryside. And then on the same day, I think I've told this story before, Laura. They took me out to this, what I could only describe as like a buffet king in the countryside. So it was a shack. It was just a shack with like Tupperware boxes with ingredients in them.
Roll that dice.
Oh, I rolled the dice. Right. So there was like,
Billy
bear in
Bear
mind, nowhere near the coast. There was crab. There was, there was jellyfish. There was all kinds of stuff, right? Nothing was chilled. It was just all tubs.
That's when you want
Bear
that
in
Billy
mind-
Bear ham. That's when you
I
want
wanted the Billy Bear ham. That looked like the Ritz at this point, right? So I went in and, you know, I'd already like sweat through my clothes about 4 times because of being hungover. And then they take us in and it's that, you know, the hot pot cooking where you've got like you put all your meat on the grill at the top and then you have the broth at the bottom.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting there and I put this jellyfish on and I remember my hand shaking. I was just thinking to myself, this can't go well.
Yeah. this is a bad idea.
24 hours later, I had food poisoning. And that food poisoning lasted for 2 weeks. And I was away for 2 weeks. I had to fly to India afterwards. I think I lost 1.5 stone. Right?
It's like
In 2 weeks.
compound.
I was
hangover.
hallucinating. I thought there was like jumping spiders in my bedroom and all. I was going nuts in front of people. And I think they must have thought, who's this guy that's sent out here to come see us? Like, he's wild.
This is like kind of some special forces training.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was.
Like, can we break Chris down?
So I'll never forget this.
Jellyfish in a hot Tupperware box that I'm just
Yeah.
like, what made you?
I know.
Well, what possessed
top
you
of
to
that.
eat it?
I thought I was like, that was great. I was like, I'm well travelled. I'll be
And
fine.
and you think you've got resilience.
Yeah.
What he went through. That's awful.
It was awful. It was like
sounds like a life or death
2-week hangover.
situation.
That's what it felt like.
great.
Because the hangover led into the pooliness.
Right.
Then the pooliness, it just felt like one long thing.
That's a different hangover. You've got like double food poisoning and a hangover. I
Yeah.
don't think that's ever been done, has it?
Drunk over.
Drunk over. But it's mad, isn't it? The combination. So
Does it put you off whiskey?
Oh, no.
No. I love my whiskey.
does it
I
put
love
you off
whiskey as well.
Was it? What were you eating? Does it put you off jellyfish? Why are you eating that?
Because it was there.
So
And I've got a curious mind.
don't have to.
I had a curious mind. The thing is, it didn't taste
mandatory.
bad. It was just kept not very well.
Well, warm.
It was room temperature jellyfish.
Tepid jellyfish.
Wasn't a geriatric baby jelly thing?
My word. That's awful.
Jellyfish.
Jellyfish.
God.
Yes. That's just one of them.
That's
Well, I remember mine. It was vodka wine, but I'm not going to go into the
Vodka
story.
wine.
Vodka wine, but it was at the end of a New Year's Eve night, and it was 2:00 in the morning. Someone's house, Ross's house, family house. It's the only time I think we've ever sworn in front of his parents to the faces. So yeah, it was vodka wine, and I woke up in the shower, and my mum had made a pan of like broth because they were away soup. I'd eaten that.
when you're
I
drunk.
woke up in the shower. So Sarah, then girlfriend, now wife, found me in the shower, and it was just 360 broth on the walls.
Oh God.
And I was like, my brother's mates have been in and they've thrown up all over the bathroom. I didn't have a clue. I did not have a clue what had happened. Right? I didn't have a clue. I woke up in the shower fully clothed, broth on the walls.
You think you've got it to clean it up?
So that was it. So the next day, it was like New Year's Day, and Sarah's mum puts on the Sunday dinner. So it was really hard, like 3 hours to try and get out of bed. Probably the worst ever thing I've ever felt in my life. And I went down and I sat there, trying to be polite. And she brought the food, and I could not eat anything at all. So I was like, I'm going to have to go home. So I walked like 6 doors up. I went back to bed. And then just stayed in bed all day. And then I had a pizza on the night. That kind of settled it, So when you come round. But that was like a 12-hour rough ordeal, that, man.
Oh, it's awful.
Vodka wine at the end of a drunken session.
What's vodka wine?
I
Just
was
vodka
wondering
and
the
wine.
same.
Right.
Like,
Glass of wine, a pint. And then we went, this
and
is
then
a good-
you
this is a
pepper
good
the-
idea.
oh my
Let's have vodka with it. And that's at the end of 12 pints of a New Year's Eve. So that kind of, and then it's a pan of soup as well.
I can see that in the corner of my eye.
It was
It
that
sounds
story.
rancid as well.
That story comes up quite often. Do you know what I mean? When you go, what's the worst? Yeah, woke up in the shower, blaming someone.
I just like how you said vodka wine, as if it
Vodka
was
wine.
just a normal thing.
Yeah, I know. It's like a normal cocktail. See it on the menu
Because we
all
went,
over.
the wine's not good enough. What else could we put in it?
Put vodka in it.
And as we well know, we've just talked about it. We loved to mix our drinks back then. I think I was like 22 or something like that, 21. It was just grim.
Alcohol and logic sometimes
yeah.
doesn't
Like-
go together.
Well, Katie from Rotten Bottle, what was your first ever drink? It's like 14. That was a shot of vodka.
Yeah, shot of vodka at 14. You're like, what were there?
Wow.
Straight in. So,
dear me.
nice little
Brilliant.
reminisce, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Locked down
Very
Brewery
nice.
in. Right,
Good
guys.
times,
Good
being really
times.
ill.
We're doing a podcast about hangovers.
The Hangover, yeah. Well, let's just call it The Hangover. There's got to be a podcast called The Hangover. Pick anything from there. I'm gonna change the menu because everyone's confused and we can't explain it. So we've set it out like a menu and put these lovely 3 things in the starters, in the mains, and the desserts. Really, you can just pick anything from there, and we'll do Greg's order last. So, yeah.
Oh, God.
We just get rinsed all the time. So we've kept it in for a year. So it's been
I'm
a
just
running
waiting for the
joke.
reflective silence, then for you to go. So what do we have to do? That's what happens
on, that tends-
on every
I'm
episode.
already confused.
So on there, we've already done first pint. So if you go like curry versus gravy,
Right,
or
curry versus gravy.
it's the fact is we've titled them. We should just put a list of things and go pick something. That's the idea. So,
Absolutely. Well, I'd go gravy every time.
Yeah, you would.
well,
Say the words.
100%.
Come on.
Well,
Say
we
the
did
words.
this on stage, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah, in an audience. And it was all right. This is a chip-based question,
Gotta be.
so it has to be fish and chips, curry or gravy.
Oh, it's gravy.
Gravy.
Gravy every time.
Wow.
Gravy every time.
It's wrong,
So
isn't it?
I think
you
you
can't
might be off
swear the
this
curry.
one.
And
I think
with fish and chips, I have it, don't I?
Yeah,
and with a bit
yeah.
of ketchup as well.
Yeah.
Weird. I know.
I agree, and I definitely agree with the curry thing. Sorry, the gravy thing, because I was always gravy first.
Just can't get away. Chips and gravy is the best.
Chips and gravy is the best thing.
It is.
The
very
fish
good.
is almost like a side thing.
Yeah, well, it depends on where you are, right? And we're talking about these drunken nights when you come in the house and you're trying to avoid your mum. And then she's already been to the silver grid and got like chips and gravy and some congealed kind of batter on the
It's
top.
like a jelly.
It's like a jelly.
Totally wobble
It's like
it.
a jelly. So
Yeah.
you reheat it and you sit and you're watching Roseanne at night on. You come in and the word comes on.
Desmond.
Yeah, I'm setting the scene here.
Yeah.
And then I'm eating that in the tray. And you've just reheated the thing, like this congealed jelly kind of.
Usually that was from a Chinese restaurant, though.
Just-
Congealed chips with the curry.
No, but it was
the
just
gravy.
because they've been sitting there, because obviously Shay went and then she's bought all
What, you could almost
it all
slice it.
solidifies.
And it's all
Yeah, you
wrapped,
could
yeah.
literally slice
Right,
it down the
slice
side.
I get it.
A block.
But I've also got bad memories of chips and gravy. I had a friend at uni, one of my first housemates, and when I first moved to Newcastle, we were in Munchies, and she we'd been at Icon, Red Bull and vodka night, you know,
brilliant.
and she fell asleep and she just passed out, and she was blowing bubbles in her gravy. She just completely went stunk, and I had to take her home. She was in a right old mess, but yeah.
I think this
Definitely gravy every
I
time.
think there's a territory thing going on there for you as well. I often suspect you get gravy and cover it in gravy because you know I'm not going near it then.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a good strategy.
It's the same with buying licorice, all sorts.
Well, like a not sharing strategy.
Yeah,
I think
it's like if
right.
well,
That's
Oh, sorry,
my
you won't make
territory.
it.
you won't.
Oh,
Yeah.
I put the gravy all over him.
Coat every
don't
chip.
like
I'm not
gravy,
touching it.
Sam.
But chips and gravy.
It is my best hangover
wrong,
cure is
it's
mashed
wrong.
potato and gravy.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Chips and
Yeah.
gravy. Do you
Chips-
go for
about
salt
you?
and vinegar on
Are
as
you
well?
going salt and vinegar?
Oh yeah, salt and
Yeah.
vinegar. Oh yeah,
Yeah. Are you-
everything.
Are you doing butter as well? Because sometimes it gets a bit gelatinous, doesn't it? The old butter.
No, I don't.
Just
know.
go with the chips.
I'm not.
Are you
chips
wasting
and
butter if
I'm
you
not
do
a
it?
chips and bits girl. I'm not.
All right. Okay.
No.
I think it just formed an insult in my head that we could use. Oh, you're blowing bubbles in your gravy. It's a good line, that, isn't it?
It's a song, isn't it, for that band?
Yeah,
It is.
it is. It's a lyric.
Tank rotation or whatever we're going to call it.
Yeah.
Bubbles in the gravy.
Yeah.
Bubbles in the gravy.
New album, Vodka Wine.
Yeah.
That's the aperitif. Vodka wine.
There's like curry versus gravy. Where's the mushy peas in this? Because it's mushy peas every time.
Bring them in, Sam. Bring them
Well,
in.
that's the thing. It is optional. Sometimes, obviously, you've got. The issue is, you're going with curry, but where you're eating it, if you're on a plate, I think there's room for the mushy pea. But if you're eating it out of a tray on your knee, well, because Richie Chips eats off a plate, do you know what I mean? And if you're in a restaurant, you would eat it on a plate because that's what he preferred. But it depends on where you're eating it. If it's on your knee, in the car, at the seaside, you ain't got room for that extra pot of
making
fat
me so
in it.
hungry.
You know what I mean? So
Get chips
know
on the
what
way
we're
back
at.
now.
Because you wouldn't pause. We'll swing by munchies.
It closed down long ago.
yeah, actually, I had fish yesterday with curry sauce and Richie Chips' place. So
Definitely
yeah.
I've got to do it.
So yeah, it's sometimes where you are and you can't. There's no room for the peas. So yeah, I think peas when you've got a plate, but not when you've got a tray. Do you mean it's about where you are at the time?
If you've got room for gravy, there's room for mushy peas.
Would
Oh,
you
do you
pour
not,
them
do you
on?
not use a box? I'd use the box, and I also have
Yeah.
a partition for peas and everything.
But that becomes the plate, doesn't it? So
Yeah.
if you make them a box of the plate, then happy days.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Always
I
make a box of
agree.
plate.
Yeah, if
You
the
do
box
get
is the
peas
plate,
every time, don't you?
make the box
You
every time.
prioritise peas over the
album.
sauces, don't you?
Oh, without a doubt, yeah. Well, I feel like if I
against
get
curry
peas, I
sauce.
feel
I love
like I'm being a
curry
little
sauce.
bit healthier. I feel like I got mushy peas.
I wonder
peas.
whether they'd actually do a split and do half your chips covered with curry and half with gravy.
I'd
ever
go for
tried that? Have you ever
I'd go
asked
for
that?
That's kind of what I create anyway.
But
Now
would
they
you,
don't
we've
do
talked
it
about
with
this
the
before.
ladle generally now, and it's like you get it in a little pot, and it's not the same.
Pots
You
aren't
want
big
it
enough
all
either.
over.
Get a curry sauce pot and they're like that, shallow.
Yeah,
I think but
being done, you feel done, don't you?
you do. But I
50p.
think you want control of it. I like to have control of where the
Curry control.
curry and the gravy goes.
You never know what you're getting with your curry either. I think of those, your gravy and your mushy peas, you're in safe territory. Curry always seems can be quite
wiggle
a broad
room.
camp.
Yeah,
It
Tell
is.
you what's
the chip shop
what's the
curry.
best.
curry wiggle room.
There's a little
an
food van. You probably don't know it. That white food van on the way to see him, on the way to Castle Eden Brewery.
I don't know.
No, just on the industrial estate, and there's these two women, and they're just like they're running a cracking little business, but they do the best curry sauce for chips.
But do the
Not
best
massive-
chips you might.
It's a proper chicken curry,
Yeah.
you know, and it's
Right.
done with a roast chicken because she told me, I was like, it's just shredded roast chicken in the curry sauce. It's amazing.
right, so I mean,
and it's got
that's levelling
sultanas
up.
in there as well. A little bit of that.
Oh, I don't know, like salt.
Delicious.
I have a dilemma in that there's a chip shop in Benton and another one in Baker. Benton does the best chips and Baker does the best curry sauce. So you can never get the complete thing from one.
Have you never done that, Chris? You never got your chips from one and taken it and just got
Just have a tub
Honestly,
of
Sam,
curry
I've thought
sauce.
about it a few times.
got to.
This is
Cherry picking now.
Like, okay, can I get there before the chips get cold? Yes. Right.
this is when you deliver it without the shame.
I can have 14 tubs of curry sauce, please. What else? Nothing.
Stack it for later. Yeah. I mean, I must say, Coleman's is one of the best curry sauces I've ever had. Richie Chips, shout out.
Also, they do a mushy pea fritter.
Yes.
I'll give that a go.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Where is this?
Coleman's
Take it?
South
Seafood.
Shields.
They've got one.
Date night?
Actually, they've got one in Phoenix as well now. They've got a restaurant in Phoenix. So Richie Chips, friend of that's the family there. Coleman's.
go.
Best curry sauce I've ever had, ever.
Right then.
Yeah. So I'm serious about
getting
that as
more and
well.
more hungry.
It's a
Taking a
serious,
little
it's a
diversion on the way
serious
home. We've got a
business. Yeah. You were going to mention, because I'm intrigued about the pea situation here. Now, Sam, are you going curry and pea, or are you going gravy and pea? What are you doing?
Neither.
Neither.
I'm going no.
Really?
Peas, chips and mushy peas.
Chips and mushy peas.
I'm leaving gravy and curry totally off the table.
Butter on.
Yeah.
Salt and vinegar on.
Yeah, loads
All
of
right,
vinegar.
Any other
He loves
moisture?
his
And a bit more
vinegar,
vinegar.
right.
Yeah,
bit
so
more
I was going
vinegar.
for a bit more
Yeah,
vinegar
okay.
as well.
He'd have it just like
Yeah.
swimming in vinegar.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
you like a
saying-
little pool in the bottom?
Oh,
I would
kind
drink
of thing.
vinegar at the end.
Yeah, I
of the
love it.
tray.
Oh, my word.
Malted vinegar.
Oh,
Makes it.
Okay.
By the coast, preferably, as well. That makes all the difference.
It does, yeah. It's like beer tastes better on holiday. It's
Yeah.
kind of one of those things,
Yeah,
isn't it? So
it is.
it does taste better where you are.
Yeah.
'Cause you
On
can't
a-
earn
on
it.
a bench. Yeah,
on a
yeah,
bench.
definitely.
Sitting
Out-
there,
outside.
Seagulls,
chips, not-
Raji
not-
Seagulls
not
trying to
beer.
nick. Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like we've distracted you now
Glad
with
you
that.
specified that.
Yeah.
Beer on a bench is, yeah.
I think they look like they're actually sitting thinking about food. now.
When's it finished?
Yeah. If we stop talking, we can get out and we can start eating chips as soon as possible. That's it. Yeah. You know, I've got to mention this because while we're in the food realm, right? I was in Dixon's filming something yesterday. Filming.
was it, sorry?
This filming. So this mom came in with two kids, right? And this little kid, they were getting Savoys.
Get off in wrapped.
Just the Savoy.
Yeah.
This little kid.
That's
And
a historical
I was setting up in the corner. I was just overhearing this conversation. And it's like, oh, can I have it now? I have it now. Well, you best have it now because when you get outside, the seagulls might take it out your hand. This whole story. There was issue in seagull theft of kind of food outside. So the kid, and I walked past the kid,
The
and he was
seagull's onto
tucking
a
in
good
the
thing.
shop.
It's a massive seagull.
You saw like a wrapped Savoy.
Like the
When you
mafia. Seagull.
Standing at the door.
Wings out like that.
Wings
Taking
out.
the
Where do you think you're going, lad? Aye. What was that?
Seagull
Yeah.
security.
Seagull security. It's just, but it was just that was a lovely conversation, and I'm just hearing like, can I have a Savoy sandwich, a Savoy dip? It was just all of these kind of different variations of people's orders. It's fantastic. It was really nice to hear.
Yeah.
You know, and then I filmed the woman making 3 Savoy dips, and the speed that this lady made them was phenomenal. You know, she just got
They know
it
what they're
down.
doing.
It's just the process
You've
of
had a
it.
Savoy dip, haven't you?
I've never had a Savoy.
Well, I
dip.
Savoy
Never.
dip.
I'll tell you what,
Yeah.
you can pass one on the way out here.
Savoys
Do
went
you
on.
know what it is?
Savoys went on first, which was great. Cut the bun, Savoy on, cut it in half, skin off.
Yeah.
Then she went dip, stuffing, peas pudding, lid on.
That sounds good.
It was, yeah. But I was like, I mean, I should have known this from past experience, you can't take that lid off because everything just gets stuck to it now.
You
So
can't,
that's
it
a
just
good,
becomes like a
the good tale of a
solid
Savoy dip is like it just becomes solid. It instantly just merges. So you can't take that lid off because the bun will just rip off in half. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you can't.
Because now it's attached.
Right.
You're eating it like that. A
That's
lovely
how
thing.
it's meant to
Rivets in
be.
the
It is a beautiful thing. It's how it's meant to be, yeah. But everyone was the same. I was like, the consistency of these things was unbelievable. It was a nice thing to see, though,
she's
yeah.
a goddess at
Yeah.
a skill.
And
yeah.
Elaine, shout out to Elaine in the shop. She's like,
Saploid goddess.
yeah. You know what? She says,
That's another band. Now that's a different band name. Saploid Goddess.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
In fact, we might call her International Women's
Yeah.
Day Beer that. Saploid
oh my
Goddess.
goddess, yeah.
Can we come to your event space and do a full evening of fictional bands? And we just invite people down. What they have to do is
Amazing.
draw cards. Right, your band and your style is this.
Great idea.
That's a good name for a. That's a good idea for a board game.
I've got the night brew stories. So we tell stories, and then we pull out the band names from the brew stories, like your first beer and all that kind of stuff. Oh, that's a great night, that, isn't it?
go.
That's a hell of a night, that.
It's like we've been saying.
But just last one on the Dixon's thing. Elaine retired last week, and she's still working there. It's like, I just love it, man. It's great. Most of us are retired. You're still working there. You're like, that blew me mind. It was great. It was like this kind of lovely culture, and everyone knew each other. It was just a nice, lovely kind of vibe in that place, you know. So yeah, definitely.
Try one in your lifetime.
Yeah,
I will.
You just have to say everything on.
Right.
everything on.
They'll ask you everything on.
She did pause and went mustard. I was like,
Everything.
Yeah.
I never say no to mustard.
yeah.
Never say no to mustard.
Never say no to mustard. That's the album name.
God, can I keep up with this one? There's so many.
That's been great. I mean, yeah, I think we should go straight to
Go in.
the last question. I'm going to take that from you.
Yeah.
Pause. Anticipation's phenomenal, isn't it?
It is.
I can't see.
What's your Greg's order?
Oh, great order. So, cup of tea and corned beef pasty.
I knew you were going to say that.
Nice.
Corned beef pasty.
Nice
every
choice.
time.
Nice
oh,
choice.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hot. Oh, yeah.
Like
Otherwise,
burn the roof
it's
off
a
your
little
mouth
bit
hot.
coagulated otherwise. But I
Yeah.
love corned beef hash was always a thing in my house. I still
Yeah,
make it.
same.
Yeah,
Our kids
yeah,
do, and
yeah,
I.
yeah. It's a good,
I love
it's a
corned
good
beef hash,
feel-good
so
meal,
yeah.
isn't it? A tough day. bit of
Well,
corned
it's
beef hash.
coping food. That's what it is. You've got a bad time happening.
Yeah.
Cup of
It
tea and a
is
corned beef
completely-
pasty will sort you out.
Yeah, I agree.
It is comfort food.
They're coming over the hill. They're coming back from battle. Get the corn beef on.
Get the There is. It's just satisfyingly salty and just yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Anything corned beef is great. We talked about the versatility of eggs because there's quite a different. You can do lots of things with the
Yeah.
egg, right? I think you can make quite a lot of different good dishes with corned beef.
You can, but I mean, you can't beat corned beef hash
I don't
with
think you can either.
beans.
So what you're having in your corned beef
Oh,
hash,
no,
just while we're on
beans.
this subject?
Oh yeah, so onions, white onions, yeah, and then carrots, smallly diced.
Yeah.
I always put carrots in. The beans for me go on the side of the corned beef hash. You like them in the corned beef hash.
do. I
This
think
is
it's-
a big problem in our household.
It's a throwback from Scout Camp, I think, where you just chuck it all
Mix
in
it
the
all.
pot.
It goes too. It goes too slutchy. It goes too wet.
I don't mind it on the side.
Did you say slutchy?
Slutchy. Yeah.
That's an interesting
The
word.
texture's all wrong. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like them on the side. But you got to have beans with it, obviously. And then a little bit
Yeah.
of ketchup.
See, that's how I
would have put
And
pe-
if
we
we're feeling
went
posh, we put it
peas
under
in.
the grill to crisp the top.
Right,
But if
yeah.
it's a quick
Yeah.
midweek meal, it's just like straight out the pan once it's
All
been
right,
mashed.
all
Everything
right,
in one pan,
get
one
it in,
pan. Yeah.
Because my mum's recipe would be it's the onion, you're doing possibly carrots, peas, yeah, and then you go on loads of corned beef, and then you're putting the sliced dauphinoise. Am I going to say?
Very nice.
Potato layered on the top goes in the oven. That thing bubbles
This-
up and crisps up like a treat,
you're
and then it's
describing
charred around the edge.
This is...
Well, that's it. That's hot
me,
pot
that's
to me.
So, right.
We didn't
That's
know
what-
the word panacaldi.
Panacaldi.
Panacaldi, corned beef hot pot for me.
You see, it's a hot
panacaldi,
pot
mate.
rather than a hash. Because the hash is the mash, you see.
Well, it's hot. All right, okay. So you're going hash mash. So a hot
We're
pot. where
mashing
you-
everything up.
It's the crispy
Oh, yeah.
potato on the top. It's just it's phenomenal.
Yes, it is.
Crunched
It's
bit.
absolutely
I love-
phenomenal. So,
Finish
yeah.
off with a bit of brown sauce.
Oh,
I go brown sauce.
I was never brown, but I get brown with a sausage, but I wouldn't have it with anything else. I go red bacon. Yeah, I wasn't a really bit of
I
a
used to have
brown
brown sauce
guy,
sandwiches.
but, yeah.
Oh, I love brown
Brown sauce
sauce.
sandwiches.
Great.
Love it.
More of a
It's
red
the
sauce
acid,
guy.
it's the vinegar.
Yeah,
Isn't
it is
The
the
acid.
vinegar. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a bit of a spice to it. No, my dad used to
Yeah,
like
a
a
bit of
brown
a kick.
sauce.
You just
It was
can't.
always-
You can't
yeah.
beat it, but it's got quite expensive now. Corned beef.
Oh, it has.
£2.59 for a tin. It's like
Yeah,
what?
it is. It's,
This
it
stuff is literally what they power wash, you know?
And you get those little tins, and you're like, that's not going around
It
a family
should
of
not
four.
be £2.59.
You'll have to buy 5 tins to go around a family of 4.
Yeah.
I keep eyeing your tin of spam on the side. Do you remember
It's the
that?
key.
Spam fritters.
Camping, yeah.
I wanted a little bit of
Ponderosa Cafe.
I wanted a little bit of something last week, and I was like, "Oh, we've got corned beef in," because I think we just had it ready to make like a pie or something like that. I thought I'm just going to crack this open. So I hadn't undone that key around that tin for quite a long time. So it was always a finger chopper, wasn't it?
Oh
I've
my
gotta be
goodness,
careful.
they are
Death trap.
evil
Hasn't
things, aren't
changed
they?
for 20 years.
Yeah.
That kind of that design of
But when
the
it's
tin.
slipped, you know you're going to have a bad day.
Yeah.
Oh, when it's snapped on the first
Got your
turn.
back.
Oh my word!
I mean,
How do you get in?
the crisis of looking at a tin and going,
Aye.
can't
Well, you
get
don't.
in it.
Well, you got to get it. You got to get it.
the hacksaw.
Yeah, you got to.
It is a hacksaw job. It's so tough to get
I've
into.
tried it with a
No,
steak
okay,
knife.
yeah, good. You've got 2 options: tin opener or find a lumberjack. That's what he means. Can you
Or
chop the
rent
top
axe.
off? Can you chop the top off this tin?
It's not an easy job with a tin opener.
No, it's not because it's that rectangle.
Well, it's getting around the
shape, isn't it?
corner
It
bit.
is.
It's
Yeah,
getting
it
around
is.
those really tight corners.
Get in enough to get a knife and cut the thing down.
Yeah,
You know, so
yeah.
yeah, it's not going to waste though.
It is a bad day though. You know, it's a bad karma when that happens.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but I prefer it cold than room temperature. It got a bit claggy on the old room temperature. I was like, oh, the consistency's not
But
good.
it's nice in a sandwich, though.
Oh,
Corned
yeah,
beef savoury.
yeah.
Corned
room
beef,
temperature.
corned beef and onion toasty was
I'll
always
just
one
have
of
it
the best
sliced in a
things,
butty.
I would.
Yeah.
With
Sliced in a
onions.
butty.
Yeah.
Bit of Branston pickle,
Nice.
corned beef sandwich, Branston
To
pickle.
like a tomato and a beetroot, corned beef and beetroot.
Love it.
Now
Guilty.
you're a beetroot
Sandwich.
fan, aren't you?
I'm a beetroot
Have
fan
you
as
tried
well.
that
Corned beef and beetroot's a nice
combo.
combo.
Yeah, God, it's
like.
lovely.
Corned
It
beef
is
and
lovely.
beetroot.
Oh, yeah, it's a
Sweetness
cracking
in that.
sandwich.
Yeah, we're getting all fancy here,
Oh,
aren't we?
corned beef
Yeah.
and beetroot is a classic.
It is a classic. When your
Yeah.
bread goes pink.
Taking it up a
Put it
notch
in a
from my
stotty.
hash.
Put it in a stotty for a bit of...
It's a 20-minute
give,
meal
yeah.
in my view.
Yeah.
Like, got to be quick and simple and easy and comforting.
Well, that's
Yeah.
It's good.
that was a corned beef rabbit hole. Sam, what's your Greg's order?
My Greg's order, it's a tough one. Cheese and onion pasty, the go-to.
Yeah.
Although it's been a go-to for decades, cheese and onion pasty. Although I tell you what, I've gone down the vegan sausage roll route
You
recently.
do.
It's
You
a
do
popular
regularly.
one.
I'm surprised
Greg's
you said,
sausage roll's
because more
great.
recently.
And I'm always going for the vegan one recently. I'm really impressed. Really impressed with the vegan sausage roll.
But the cheese onion pasty, it's steady.
Oh, it's
It's my go-to.
I don't think it's changed.
Because the rest, they're all right. Or you
Yeah.
might get a bit more film than other times.
You know what
Cheese
you're
onion,
getting.
You know what you're getting
Yeah.
all the time. And a nice cold and hot.
Yeah.
That's the thing with the steak bakes. Yeah, I love a steak bake. It's
gotta be hot.
Well, it's got to be hot, definitely. But sometimes, you get more gravy than
Yeah.
you do steak. And sometimes it's
should
like
do
packed
additional-
full.
Yeah.
Can I have a pot of gravy as well,
Corned
please,
beef,
Greg?
I've never had a problem. Consistency's there.
Yeah. You feel like you're being robbed. Do you know what I mean? It's like when you're
It's
eating
just
a
a
pie
sad
and
day.
it's not much in
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
Or there's more filling at one end than the other, and you just
Yeah.
end up eating pastry for
It's
the
like when you
second
have one
half.
of those pies and the film's just there, like that at the bottom, the rest is air.
It's like, have you been storing them upright or what? Like everything's sunk to the bottom.
I don't have an often, but I had a corned beef because me boy went, I want 2 sausage rolls. So I went 2 sausage rolls. I was like, well, get 3. He had 2.5. I had a half a sausage roll. The Moorish, aren't they, these things, sausage rolls. It was always like, that's on the way to
I
eating
know
the thing,
they're just the
Yeah.
right size. I
Yeah.
think they've designed this. They're just not. You need a second one, and then
One's
one's
never
not
You've got to have one
quite
Yeah.
for the you've got to have one for the kind of the journey.
The journey was pocket meat, it's travel food.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. So that was always like a little, you don't count it. The sausage roll, you never counted, but I got a corned beef. It wasn't that warm. It was still like, it was tepid. And it was all right, but it was like, my son was like, well, it's not really what. I'm like, it's fine. It still tastes nice, but you just got to, it has to be
there.
hot.
Did you have any of the Christmas specials?
No.
Like the
never
turkey
do.
and
I
cranberry
never do.
one? Actually,
All right.
yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got the Fountains Cottage Cafe by us in Belgium. They do these Christmas wraps, which is
It's a
so
Yorkshire
it's
pudding wrapper, no?
Yorkshire pudding,
Yorkshire
wrap
pudding.
with a Christmas dinner inside it.
yeah.
we can't wait in the brewery till we start doing them. We start doing them at the end of November, don't they?
Then we're like the whole team's comatose because we tend to get them in on a Monday, don't we? And
All stuffing in there,
Monday.
all of the veg in there,
Yeah.
pot of gravy on the
cranberry
side.
sauce. Their gravy's amazing as well. That's got bits of turkey and it's proper meaty gravy.
They are incredible.
They do 3 meals though. Those things. They're like the length of a sofa. They're huge.
Yeah, they are big.
It's funny actually, to finish off on the sausage roll, when I went to buy the Yorkshire tea at Morrison's, they've got the bakery bit at the back, they sell pies and that, and I was walking past it, and there's this guy standing there for ages, and he was weighing up a bag of sausage rolls, small ones, and then there was a foot-long sausage roll.
All right, okay.
And he's picking it up, and he's picking the other one up. Yeah. And then he put the big one down, and he walked off, and what he said, I'll have to get the small ones, otherwise my wife will know I'm eating sausage rolls from Morrison's.
Really? He said it to himself.
He said it out loud. He said it out loud.
It's just that. It's that
He's in a panic.
justification.
She's
isn't it?
shaming him over eating
Yeah.
sausage rolls.
She's
What's
not
wrong with
there.
that?
No, but so I went. I started laughing, and he turned around and went, "I'm a secret eater," and he walked off.
He's planning it though.
He couldn't smuggle that foot
I
long.
just walked by and I picked up the foot long up, and I was like, "That's a bit heavier."
It's like weird up.
Foot long sausage roll.
Mad, isn't it? That's great.
Yeah, your proportion's going to be different in a foot long, though, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get less pastry, more sausage.
Yeah.
Yes. Well,
We're all hungry now.
starving.
Oh, actually, I'm hungry. Yeah. Brilliant. All right, guys. Thank you very
so
much. It's been a
That's been
pleasure.
awesome.
Thank you so much for having us.
I am hungry now.
I know.